That's why. That is why. And I need to make that a little bit smaller. There we go. We're streaming, I believe, on Twitch for the first time. Let me close that. Let me have a little look-see at Twitch and see.
Twitch.
Huh?
Where are the mugs? I can't find any in the top right drawer.
They're in the dishwasher
Machine.
No. Is he having one? Yes. Right, let's bottle the cat.
Hello, everyone. And I'll be right with you. I'm just trying to sort my screen out. Hello, Ian Lee fan, quiet bloke, roll salt, sketty meatball. George Soccer, Coded Raving, and Gatford. Super Saint 76, a Super Saint 76, and Marcus Sistik, and Maddie by the Sea, and Alan Michael Twitch, and Graham Campbell Music. Oh, speaking of which, and by that I mean Scottish musicians, the Lewis Capaldi documentary is on Netflix today, and it's brilliant. I really enjoyed it. What a nice fella. Michael Sava, Mark Pitts, Andy Aspen, basically Benji B, Cozy Bug, Lulu Bell, Plankton. Good evening. Come in. Nice to see you all. Hey, Katifer. And Benji Parrish. Thanks very much for the comps and feedback on the top. To be honest, and I'm going to be honest, I've been in my pajamas most of the day and I've only had a shower for you lot, so I hope you appreciate it. I smell gorgeous. Hi, Delith and Peter Pops. Ian will be right with us. He's just trying to source a clean mug in his kitchen. Hey, George's woman. Nice to see you. And hello, Spaceman. 0851661. And hello and happy Easter to you too. And thanks for the wave, little pixie boy. Hello. They're all in. Hey. Nightbot. Nightbot's telling you the thing. Hello, Cozy Bug, and thank you for your Prime subscription. That's very kind of you. Karen Claire, hey. And Chris, thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone's in, you know. Everyone's in. Yes, Nina, it is. It is your name on here.
Hello. Sorry, I'm I'm so tired today. I'm so tired. 4 clients today, which is normally it's a 3 on a Thursday, but that's okay. It is the first time I've had clients when the boys have been here. So I've been in the shed doing it, and that's absolutely cool, and they are wonderfully behaved and all of that. But it's just been a very, very long day. I've just cooked beef stroganoff that went down quite well. So thank you for that recipe, Catherine. Oh my God, I'm so tired. But it is delightful to be here. Do you just want to speak so I can test your levels?
Test this.
That's
How
good.
is this?
That's rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling. Welcome to the show. Dear listener, you may say, oh no, it's not. At some point, so Swavy's in there, right, the snake. Patty is the only cat that has noticed him. So now what she does, you'll see it later tonight, I almost guarantee it. She sits on the top looking in, and he pokes his head out and looks up. And they stare at each other about 30 minutes, an hour, just staring at each other.
You know, both of them are thinking the same thing.
You know.
One day.
Pat needs to get in soon because he is getting big. He is a big old snake.
When you first got that thing, he was like a little worm, a little skinny worm.
May I demonstrate? You can look away, Catherine, if you...
I don't mind it when he's in a completely different
I don't mind it when he's
so yeah, get it out.
Different.
Okay, you've got to do it when there's no cats in. Otherwise, no, I'm going to get Swavy out to show. Oh, Patty, you can't be in the room while we do it, darling. Because you go for him.
Hey, Delith, so you had a great day. The stepdaughter hugged me and said she loves me, hit me right in the feels. That has got to be amazing. Good for you. That's lovely. That's really lovely.
Now we got a snake.
Oh my God, it's massive.
Now we got a snake. Sweever. Now we got a snake.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? Oh yeah, don't let her in when we're.
I saw a thing in the news today, and it said that when they get to how long is that?
Oh, I don't know.
When they get to that long, you have to put them in a zoo. That's just the rules.
Look at that. I mean, he's beautiful. Let me just go. I'll go full screen so you can see him. He's beautiful. Gonna need to get a bigger tank. This is my youngest snake, Swavey, who is now getting massive. He was a little worm for a long time. Look at that tank.
Okay, it's running around time here, so if you hear that, that's my cats. That. How secure is that tank?
There we go. All right, let's put him back.
Graham says, I, for one, welcome our new reptile overlord.
Let me go and put him back.
Oh my God, that is... Ugh.
Come on, where you going?
That's grown into quite the snake. Quite the snake. I don't get reptiles really. I see that chameleons are quite cute. I know I've seen the videos of them like catching bubbles and stuff online. I can get on board with the chameleons, but anything with no legs, I don't think so. I agree with the creepy bit, Matty, but not the cute bit. George's woman, my friend used to let her snake play on a clothes airer. God.
Right. Sorry, they couldn't see you there for a moment.
That's all right. I got my message across.
So yeah, I am absolutely shattered today. I'm absolutely shattered. Yeah, clients, counselling, looking after the kids. Just finished dinner, and I'm absolutely shattered. And what did we do yesterday? We had a very good day yesterday. It was Wednesday.
Didn't you go to an escape room or something?
We went to an escape room. Mods, I was going to send you a picture because you paid for the escape room, but we haven't got the picture yet, so I can't. So we went to an escape room, and this one.
Would you pack that in, please?
Oh my God. Patsy. There goes Pats, looking for the snake. Look. You're right, Pats.
She knows he's been out.
So yeah, this escape room, you start in a room handcuffed and blindfolded.
Oh, is it the Hangover one?
It was the Hangover one. So it's like based on a stag thing, and they'd said before, look, if you bring the kids, let us know because we'll take some of the props out. So I had to phone up and say, I've got a 12-year-old, 11 and a 13-year-old. Can we take?
Was one of them an inflatable sheep? Did you say?
I don't know. I didn't see. Probably a dildo. Look, there she goes. Look, there she is. She's watching now. She's watching.
Oh yeah, look at that.
She'll just sit there now for ages. So Alex started off in a separate room, and it was great. There was an actor in it, and it was absolutely wonderful. We got out with 7 minutes spare. We had a few clues along the way. I think he gave us a couple of clues we didn't actually need. Mm-hmm. But so we did that, and we had some hot dogs. Thank you to the mods. That was their Christmas present. And it was a good one. It was Kim's. I think we've done about 20 escape rooms.
I know. So that guy giving you hints doesn't realise you're virtually pros.
Experts. Patty, he's not. Just leave him. Good girl. Thank you. It worked. I wasn't surprised at that. So we did that. That was good. And then we had some food, and then we came back, and there's been a lot of Sea of Thieves, and there's also been, Catherine, I Hate You. I'm now on episode 24 of season 10 of Married at First Sight Australia.
You're plowing ahead, right? We agreed that you would not watch them without me, and I would not watch them without you. I stuck by it. You completely broke my trust.
My
trust.
I've had to go to a hooky website because I think Channel 4 only goes up to 19 at the moment. So I'm now watching them illegally, and I'm just caning them back to back just caning them back to back. There'll be no spoilers. But I would love to do like a little private stream for people who've seen up to episode 24 so we can compare notes. It's insane. It's insane.
Well, the bit I've seen up to, which is about episode 17, maybe 16, it's bad enough. I can only imagine how things progress. I can only imagine.
Whereabouts are you? And I think if it's on the Channel 4, if it's been shown on Channel 4, I think we can talk about it. So the ones you've seen, you can definitely talk about. Okay.
So we just had the dinner party where the new couples are introduced. And I'm talking about Taylor and Hugo. Same name as my goat, and Rupert and Evelyn. Yeah. Evelyn, who had the audacity to say, what kind of a name is Rupert? Your name is Evelyn.
Yep.
She's so beautiful. He's so nervous. And there's all that sort of stuff going on.
You ain't seen.
And there's been a showdown. Yet. Taylor, though, I think is there some neurodiversity going on with Taylor?
I think she would. No, I just think she's thick. I think there's some thickness going on.
No, because it's like at the wedding, there was a little spin out, wasn't there?
I don't think genuinely, I'm not saying this to be rude. I don't think she's very bright.
Okay.
She certainly has no self-awareness.
No self-awareness. She cannot read a room.
No.
If she does feel a vibe, she feels it would appear compelled to go against it.
I don't think she's very bright. Is the thing. She's not the only one on that show that isn't very bright.
Do you know what terrifies me about her?
Yeah.
She's a nurse.
She's a nurse. Well,
can you imagine? Excuse me, nurse, could I have a bedpan? No, you can't. I'm busy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, wow. Okay, so there's that going on. I do think that the editing on that is tricksy because sometimes they leave
TV, Catherine. It's TV.
I know, but they are super mean with the editing. Like they do lead you a merry little dance sometimes as a viewer, making you think things are happening that aren't. But it's a belter. It's a belter.
I'm watching, obviously.
I do hope they look after each other, though. I do hope they look after their participants.
Oh, come on!
Some of those people have been really damaged by it.
No, they don't.
Do you know who I really worried about? The guy who got put with the very let's be kind, sex positive wife.
Oh, where are you with them?
He's gone.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Because she just, it feels like she sort of sexually bullied him.
And there was, so you saw their last commitment ceremony.
Yeah.
And he made a good point where he said, if I was a woman saying this, it would be a different reaction from that lot over there.
Yeah.
And it's true, she was pressuring him for sex and calling him out for not wanting to have sex.
And then when he didn't want to, because he wanted to have forge some sort of deeper connection, she was saying, what kind of a man are you anyway?
Yeah.
But that happened in the British one, the recent British one. They put someone together who she was very into it from the moment, from the get-go, and very kind of vocal about what she wanted, and it terrified him.
I'm never going to watch another series after this. There are 38 episodes in this bastard thing.
I can't believe there's that many.
Yeah, well, we got to episode 20 and he said, right, well, we're halfway through the experiment. Stop calling it the experiment as well.
I couldn't believe it when episode 17 or 17 or 18, it said, now we're 2 weeks into the experiment. Is that all?
And also, it's not an experiment. It's not an experiment. It's an exploitative TV show. That's what it is.
I mean...
and I'm obsessed with, I'm never going to watch another one.
Sure you aren't.
No, I'm not. I'm kind of, I've just got to plow through now. Because I've just got to get to the end. It's interesting because I'm watching the ones from Australian television, and they have polls going. Is this couple finished? 86% say yes.
My God.
Yeah, they have polls going on underneath. So you get to see that. It's an exploitative reality TV show. There's no science behind it. I do like the fact that miserable psychologist guy, he does call them out.
does.
When
Harrison, I don't believe a word of this, Harrison.
Have you seen Harrison doing the commitment ceremony on his own yet? You seen that one?
That was the time he tried to pull out the fake tears, right?
My favourite person there is Ollie. Because Ollie's just having, I think he's with Tani. Yeah. They are just having the time of their lives. And he doesn't get involved in it. But every now and then there'll be him being interviewed. He goes, well, you know, when Harrison cries, nothing comes out. And that's weird. So he doesn't get involved, but he is watching everything. If he didn't have such a shit haircut, I would love him.
I also quite like, there is a wife there who calls it like it is as well. I can't remember which one what her name is.
Melinda, is it?
Melinda.
Yeah.
Because she'll be the one that goes, Harrison, really? You're talking about him? This was you last week.
Oh, mate, I wish.
Because all of a sudden he was like Saint Harrison, wasn't he?
Can you stay up tonight and catch up, please?
I've got marking to do.
Yes. also, it's all this, isn't it? Right. So say something mildly contentious, Catherine.
Well, he cooked me cheese on toast, but he burnt it. Oh, no, she didn't.
They're all doing that.
I know. So I mean about the editing.
You know, they just had an afternoon. They said, guys, can you just make faces? And then they drop that in. So go on, do it.
This is face week.
I'll do one, and you be one of the girls responding.
Okay.
And the thing was, she was wearing odd socks.
Oh my God.
We have had some resubs. Thank you. Please don't pay to sub. Use your Amazon Prime. Don't pay to sub. There are better ways to get money to us, and we'll explain it all as it's Pledge Week. El Cid has resubscribed 23 months. Mandula has resubscribed. Harsh has used his Prime. Thank you. Dave
Thanks,
Dogface
Harsh.
has used his Prime. 29 months. Been to Brighton and back today. Listen to Ian on the Time Capsule Pod top level chat. Cozy Bug. Delith. Kath 1979. You've all subbed tonight. Use your Prime. Don't pay for it. Don't pay for it. Don't pay for it. It's you're wasting your money. If you want to give us that £4, I think it is, ! Donate. Click on that link. If you want to give us the £4. If you've got Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch and you can sub to us for free. We get a couple of quid, and that is very gratefully received. It's Pledge Week, Catherine. What does that mean?
That means that if you are not one of our Patreons, you might want to think about sending us a little donation. Tip your waiters. If you appreciate what we do, we would like it if you felt like you could send us a few pennies, but don't feel obliged to. That's not the point. If you could, we'd appreciate it.
There's loads
this
of
is our
going,
job.
There's loads of you in the chat going, oh my God, it's great, you're back. Where have you guys been? We do 1 or 2 shows a week. However, they are on YouTube and they are secret, hidden links, which you can only get access to by signing up as one of our Patreons, the link of which is going to appear in the chat. If you go to patreon.com, if you're listening to the podcast, patreon.com/Ian and Catherine, patreon.com/IAIN and Catherine with a K, you can sub for, what is it? I've forgotten what it is. $4.50? $4.95?
It's something like that, yeah.
Well, how much is it? Do you know, I'm so tired, my mind has gone complete blank. Anyway, for $4 something plus that, you get access to 2 live shows a week to watch. You also get them delivered to your phone as a podcast. You also, $4.99, thank you, Visionary. You also get access to about 350 old pods and old shows to watch. So if you're going to spend £4 subbing to Prime, don't. Go for the $4.99 plus that and sign up for Patreon, because for just a little bit more, you get so much more. We get more of that money. You get so much more. And a couple of people have reached out to me in the last couple of weeks saying, Ian, how do I access? Well, I'm a Patreon. How do I access? You keep talking about these 350 pods. How do I access them? I'm on Patreon. I can't find them. And it hadn't even occurred to me that loads of you don't know how to do it. It's kind of simple. I'm going to get a link and I'm going to post that link in the chat. Just Google, if you're listening to the pod, how do I get my RSS feed from Patreon? I mean, all it is RSS is a little code that you copy and paste into your podcast provider. It works for most of them. I don't think it works for Spotify. And suddenly 350 or so pods turn up. So I'm just going to get the link for that right now, and I'm going to drop that in the chat.
And it's turning into quite the story now, because we started this some 3 years ago. And, at first it was like, well, you'll know this, when we were starting on Twitch, we were doing sort of all these creative things and costumes and theme nights and stuff. But actually, if you listen through to the podcast, it's like quite a lot of stories going on. You basically follow our lives, as much as we wanted to, and could share with you. We've shared through that time. So, we've been living it alongside you a lot of the time.
I'm trying to put the link in. Why won't it let me do the link? Maybe if I do it in here, it might let me. Nope, won't let me.
I thought it was a cat growling, but it's the bass next door, isn't it?
I've got Mr. Bassman. Hey, Mr. Bassman, play the fucking bass. There's a bad news reference for you guys. I think that link should work in the chat. So that's how you get to listen to all of the podcasts, if you will. Very final thing, and then we're going to do the show, and we're going to keep dropping it in and out, so to speak.
Well, just because people will be joining us in the course of the night, so it's not like we're trying to berate you, but we don't assume that you're all here all the time.
So we do a week where we do 2 shows for free every month, and that's to hopefully encourage Max. I've just seen what you've done. Thank you. Be with you in a second, so that you Visionary, you search your podcast provider. That won't give you the Patreon podcasts, my darling. So we do 1 week where we do 2 shows free for the public, and we do that hoping that some of you will come and sign up to our Patreon. Or if you're feeling flush, if you're drunk, that's why we do it on a Thursday and a Friday, because it's wine time. If you're drunk, you can tip us. And Max has just done that. Max from Hove has just tipped us £50.
Max, I was thinking of you today.
We talk about you. We were talking about him a few weeks ago, weren't we?
Yes.
It's lovely to have you with us, Max. Thank you for that £50. Very, very generous. All the donos get split 50-50. And if you want to donate and you're listening to the podcast, you can go to paypal.me/Ian Lee. paypal.me/IAINLEE. And I'm wondering why Nightbot is doing something a little bit different.
That is strange. Tell you why I was thinking of Max. Because I was watching that documentary about Lewis Capaldi.
Oh,
and
yes,
it was directed by our mate Joe Perlman.
The Bros guy.
Yes, the Bros guy, who, we've been on quite friendly terms with ever since. What a nice fella. And he makes brilliant documentaries. And Max's daughter is in that kind of line of work as well. And she's brilliant. And he very kindly introduced me to her maybe a year or so ago. And we had a lovely chat. She's just great. And because I was thinking about documentaries and, people that make amazing things on film, I started thinking about him through his daughter. So that's funny, Max, that you should pop up tonight. It's nice to hear from you. And thank you for your gift.
It is nice to hear from you. I'm wondering which link do we put, the PayPal link or the Stream Elements link? If there are any professional streamers out there, which link do you think we should make? Which link do you think we should make? The one that links to the command !
Max, I'm not surprised she's on the BAFTA shortlist this year. I'm not surprised.
What have you been up to, Max? Where have you been? I started a whole radio station for you. Happy now. Catherine and I have had a couple of good ideas for things. We won't go into too much detail. I think we can.
No, because we want to do them. Do you know what I mean? I don't want the pressure.
Should we mention them or do we not mention them?
Let's not.
Okay.
We'll show you.
I've also had a good idea for something I'm going to do, but I'm not going to mention it. I'll text it to you, Catherine, because I've been thinking.
I don't think I've got where have I put my phone?
It's been percolating, and then today I was speaking to someone, and actually it's like, yeah, I think this is a good idea.
don't know whether I've put my phone down. Littlin? Littlin? She's got her headphones on. She's always got her headphones on. She's like one of those kids from a cartoon. Littlin! Could you ring my phone and then go and find it, please? Could you ring my phone and then go and find it for me, please, my darling? And then you'll be my favourite for now. Yes.
Yes, Mummy. Yes, Mummy.
Yes. Any chance to score one over on her sister?
Gaz the Saddler has resubscribed 42 months, 3.5 years under the stairs.
I know. What did we do?
Where has the time gone? Your mum calls the cupboard under the stairs the
glory hole.
The glory hole.
I don't think she knows why. That's where she throws her shoes. That's not what you throw in the glory hole.
You leave a deposit.
I hear. It's upstairs in the bathroom.
Ant Ben 100. Catherine Ian, will you be doing any live shows again, but up north? Probably not. If someone made us an offer and said, come and do a show somewhere up north and here's 700 quid or here's £1,000, I would totally do it. But the thought of organising it, booking it, doing all of that, I'm afraid those days are kind of over. I think we're considering maybe doing one show a year, like a Christmas show at Luton. That seems to be our thing. What do you reckon, Catherine? That
this text? Idea?
Yeah.
Brilliant idea.
Isn't it?
Brilliant idea.
It's a really good idea. So I'm just going to put a little bit of thought into that. One day I'll tell. Oh, one day.
Hello, Yoko. Yoko's not got her bandana on. Why? Because she went out in the rain yesterday and came in all floppy and soaked. Her tail was like... and so we had to take the bandana off because it was wet, wasn't it, Yoko? So now she's like the silent assassin. She's enjoying being able to run around with no bell.
Visionary says, I'm watching AHS NYC at the moment. What does that mean? All hope shattered, New York City. Animal Hospital, New York City. Whereas Nina's American Horror Story. Okay.
Oh, right. I started watching those. They're good, aren't they?
Nina says, okay, I'm
stuck on asylum at the moment.
Watching one of my cats outside throwing a dead squirrel around whose head he's eaten off. And says, what about the live shows with audience participation, like through lockdown? This, I'm confused, Anne. That's what we're doing now, isn't it? I'm confused. And you need to listen. You need to sign up to the Patreon. Listen, the money. If we came and did a show near you, right? The ticket would be 20 quid, right? That will get you 4 months Patreon.
Yeah.
And you get one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, and it gets you 32 more shows live to watch. So go to Patreon, Ant. Save your money. You're not going to. The live thing isn't going to happen. We're not going to come to your town
because it still happened even towards the end, wasn't it? That we would go and do the live show, and that was really just so we can get word out about the radio show in the initial sort of stages, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we would go to, like, for example,
Scunthorpe,
and then we get
and we enjoyed all of these experiences.
We loved it. But we would go and we would do the show, and then 2 weeks later, someone would say, "When are you coming to Scunthorpe?"
Or I live 20 miles from Scunthorpe. Could you come to us? Or they'd say a place, and we go, "Well, that's 20 miles from where we were." Yeah, it was a bit far.
Well, here's the beauty of it. We'll come to your living room.
Yeah, we've travelled 300 miles to get to Scunthorpe. You can't travel 30, 40. Do we think? Andy says, do we think the live action Moana? What do we think about the live action Moana? I'm excited about it.
I haven't seen the other one, but it's one of my kids' favourite. In fact, you may remember, Ian, that the saying "nothing slaps as hard as Moana" came from this house, because they tend to sing lots of songs and they'll go, "We need something that slaps harder," and then the utterance was "nothing slaps harder than a Moana." It's a fact, and so if it slaps hard in animation terms, it's going to slap harder live. I just hope that The Rock is involved.
I think there's a quote, I'm not going to name who, in Married at First Sight, where I thought we were slapping every day. We ground pounding every day, something like that.
Pounding.
Something like that, yeah.
Connect, mate.
We were ground pounding every day.
Sounds really romantic.
It gets insane. We were listening. Kim and I were listening to something the other day, and they went, it was an interview on Capital, and both the guest and the going, well, that's mad, that's insane, and I said to Kim, that's not insane. What's insane is running around a supermarket with a knife while you're covered in shit. And he went, yeah, while you're naked as well. That's insane.
He's got the idea.
Being in the charts the same time as Taylor Swift is not insane.
No, it's likely to happen if you release a song and it's any good, yeah.
Yeah, it's
and you
not
have the right
insane.
team behind you.
Hey, Aunt Ben just followed our suggestion. Hey. You just signed up, Aunt Ben. Thank you. Go and have a look around. What that means is, Aunt, and thank you for that, it worked. What that means is you should get an email every week. Normally it comes out on a Sunday, sometimes a Monday, with 2 links for 2 shows. We generally do 2 shows a week. Sometimes we do a little bit less. We have got... Well, I'm away for 2 weeks in July, but we have got a week. We're having a week off soon. Maybe having 2 weeks off. We'll see. Should have told you that before you signed up. Unlucky. And so you get to watch the shows live. You can also go back. If you look under the schedule list, you'll see loads of other shows you can go back and watch. And if you do that lovely little trick with the RSS feed that I mentioned earlier, and I'll put it back in there, you get access to about 350 podcasts. Some of them are a little bit visual. So they're not the easiest of listen. Should have told you that before you signed up.
But you know that.
You know that. So welcome. It's so lovely to have you on board, Ant. Thank you. Bless you. You muting yourself?
Yeah, I managed to catch that one in IRL life.
What a lady. What an absolute lady. The RSS link is in the Patreon main page. Thank you, Visionary, because I don't never quite seen what our page looks like. It's Pledge Week. Tonight and tomorrow, the shows are free. We're hoping that you will either donate to us, sign up to our Patreon, or use your Amazon Prime to sub to the Twitch show. We don't do phone calls on a Thursday because Catherine is at home and it's tricky for me to set that up. Well, no, you are there, but you're not here.
I'm not there.
But tomorrow you're going to be here?
Yes.
Tomorrow we will be taking phone calls. At some point tonight we might put the Zoom link out. Matty by the Sea says, I like to rewatch the Patreon-only streams while I work. Thank you.
It's a good idea.
So that's... Married at First Sight. I started watching the OA on the recommendation of Mr. Michael Saba.
What do you think?
Well, I'm so glad I wasn't watching it with the kids because it starts off kind of, a little bit spooky.
What does the O and the A stand for?
Well, then suddenly there's some. Well, exactly. Suddenly there's these couple ground pounding. It's awful.
Oh dear.
That's her name. She's called I'm the OA. So it's slow, but I'm going to stick with it a little bit. I think I'm going to stick with it. I'm only halfway through episode 1. Come on,
you can see beyond the filth. And the
Michael Sava's in the chat. It's brilliant. Okay. I'm certainly going to give. I'm going to stick with it. I'm not. Listen, I don't bail after halfway through episode 1. I don't bail. I stick with things. Have I watched Waco on Netflix? No, I know the story.
Oh, I started watching that, but I can't.
I know the story. I thought I keep turning off my ringer. Hey up, ducks. Hey up, ducks. Are you in the chat? Because you've just signed up.
Hey, welcome.
I'm going to keep that ringer on then because we can hear when people sign up. Hey up, ducks. You in the chat? Nice to have you on board.
Are you called Hey up, ducks because you're from Nottingham?
Could be.
I'd love to know.
We started watching the second Hunger Games. Kim said an hour into, when are they just going to get into the Hunger Games? And I get his point. I get it. I enjoy it. I know you're a big fan, Catherine.
I like
I enjoy
Hunger
it.
Games, yeah.
But when you're 11, all of that stuff on the train and all of that, it's like I want to get to that bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the second one and onwards, there is a lot more sort of commentary about exploitative TV and people forgetting humanity and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the kids just want fighting, don't they? They also didn't understand why on earth he allowed her to go before him or something. Didn't you say?
A Up Duck says I am. It's A Up Ducks because I'm from Sheffield. Thank
there
you
you go. Welcome.
Summon.
So yeah, they didn't understand why he didn't just he tried to save her rather than himself. Is that right?
Whoa. Which bit are we talking about? Because I haven't seen all of the second one.
You told me that they didn't understand it, and they said that they would have done rock, paper, scissors for
Oh,
it.
no. Sorry, no. I was talking about, why did it, he said, well, look, if I was in here and Catherine was in here and a gunman came in, I would say, shoot me. And Kim went, I wouldn't. I'd do rock, paper, scissors.
What, because of me or just anyone?
For you.
Well, at least I had a chance.
You got a chance. You got a chance. Ian Lee fan says, hearing about all these good shows makes me think maybe I should get a TV. I don't think we've mentioned any good shows.
We've just mentioned some shows. Dave
Jen,
Dogface, though, makes a good point. And it does get that way, doesn't it? He goes, I watched the Cosby documentary and then I watched that and then started watching the Spectre documentary, but then had enough of Dickhead Men for one night.
I watched, I think, episode 2 or 3 of the Cosby documentary when it was in the 70s. I just think, there's only so many stories of women being drugged and it's just what a horrible man. Oh, horrible man. And they're important stories to be told and heard. Of course they are. I didn't want to listen to stuff like that. And again, that's not in me in any way kind of saying that shutting the victims down or anything like that. I just found
no, you have to be in the right headspace yourself, I think, as a viewer to watch things like that. Do you know what I want at the moment? Escapism. I would like something funny. But there isn't an awful lot of funny at the moment, is there?
Ben 100, who's just signed up, so we have to treat him with some respect. I've just realised Catherine and Ian are not in the same room. Your rooms look like you're together.
What?
Watching on my phone. Okay. What? How? What? How? There's this.
We're like Willy Wonka. I've got half a record player and you've got half a shelf.
How are you doing that, man?
Although that does remind me, I told you about my grandma when she decorated, they ran out of wallpaper, so they stopped halfway along and did a different one. So it didn't like Willy Wonka.
Marcus is loving Yellow Jackets. Lulu says been watching the new Daisy May Cooper series.
Oh, I'll have some of that. I like her. I will not have anything to do with Jeremy Clarkson though, Matty by the Sea.
Yeah, Clarkson's Farm is a good watch. Nah,
I bet, but
I'm
no.
all right. I'm all right. Nina says, I'm still trying to figure out when you get the time to watch all of this stuff. Well, I work 3 days a week, not including the shows. Yeah. So I got if I haven't got the kids at the weekend.
Oh, what a lonely boy.
And I like it like that. That's what I like. The Tommy Cannon show that was at the Leicester Square Theatre on Sunday, the 17th, 15th, something like that, 15th, I think, has been postponed to May, moving to a much smaller theatre because they didn't really sell any tickets, I think. It's a shame. That's a shame. But I know he's doing a big tour, so I'm hoping it's all the rest are doing well. But yeah, that's a shame. I was all set for that. I have to wait until May. Now
I'll have to take my parents off babysitting duties. I'd scored a freebie.
Yeah. Well, then just
don't want to waste those things. No. They're like gold dust.
Don't tell them.
They'll know. They live around the corner. My mum knew when I was in labour because my curtains were open. Not a euphemism.
Jesus Christ, Catherine. Terrible thing to say.
It's true though.
Jen, thank you for the sub. I think I mentioned that. Super Saint, thank you for the sub. Who's that? You all right?
I wanted to get my earbuds.
Okay, you got your earbuds? Yep. We're an earbud nation. Poker Face with Natasha Leon.
Oh, I like Natasha Leon very much. But I don't think she should have done a second Russian doll.
I think there's I'm saying there's not a lot. We watched Murder Mystery 2. Adam Sandler and Jennifer, what's her name? Ryans?
Ryans. Aniston or Ryans.
Jennifer or Aniston.
Close,
Ryans.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that. I think she's so good. I think he's so good.
Although I did watch one of her films just after she left Friends and she was trying to go into sort of serious acting. I did watch a film with her in it and it was so flipping boring. What was it?
Oh, I want...
she was a checkout woman.
Checkout gum. I want...
I was going to say girl. She was never a girl.
I like her as kooky comedy. I want her in a kooky comedy.
Yeah, she's
And
got to be like that the whole time.
Who would have thought she would be the one? Who did you think was going to be the one that would succeed from the Friends franchise?
Schwimmer.
I thought Gunter. It's the guy behind the coffee thing. He's
Good
English.
one.
I think he's dead now.
I think he might be.
Who did you think?
Schwimmer.
Oh, really? I thought Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler, but
thought
unfortunately
Chandler
he was
would be.
battling his demons, wasn't
He
he?
started doing a good series. Was it 30 Rock? No. There was one where he was brought in to save like a Saturday Night Live type thing, and that looked quite good, but it didn't go anywhere.
I'm not very happy with what he said about Keanu Reeves.
What did he say about Keanu?
He said, something to the effect that, my friends who were brilliant actors, River Phoenix, and he named some others, he said, didn't make it, and yet Keanu Reeves is still alive and working. It's like, what? Keanu Reeves? It's like the nicest man in show business.
Well,
and I think he took it back because that was the case. But
yeah.
I think what he was saying was, he's not as good an actor as they were. It's not really about that, though, is it?
No. Not my
So Keanu Reeves does Keanu Reeves the best.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that Matt LeBlanc pulled it back after the massive disaster with the Joey series. What do you mean pulled it back? Do you mean save? What did he do after Joey?
I mean, he's a very nice presenter. And I did enjoy him in that reunion where he just sort of sat there, as someone pointed out, like an Irish bus driver uncle.
Right, yeah.
Just enjoying being there,
He did Top Gear. Top Gear's been cancelled, hasn't it?
Isn't there a problem because they keep having terrible accidents?
Do you remember when Richard Hammond's car blew up or whatever? He was in like
Which
a
time?
rocket. The time that he nearly died, which would have been about 2005. I'm going to call it 2005. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. He was in episodes.
He's had a couple though, hasn't he?
Ant says, can I recommend Brookside on STV? 80s nostalgia takes me back. We're up to about episode 25. Jesus Christ, you got loads to go,
Brookside.
man. I don't think I could do it.
Is it the Barry Grant years? That was gritty, wasn't it? For those days, Brookside. That was back when Coronation Street was still remotely funny at times.
Alan Bezic is in a few of those. Keep an eye out for that. Talking of Aniston, says Nina, I'm a sucker for Marley and Me.
Never watched it.
Oh, that's the one with Owen Wilson. I like it. I like that crap. It's crap and I like it. Derelict Cumber Patch says Top Gear makes you wish the wheel had never been invented.
I think there was a heyday of Top Gear when it was kind of nice and
Quentin
chummy.
Wilson.
And then, no, after then. I did quite like it with the Clarkson, the triumvirate, but then it just turned into two nasty bastards bullying the one with the long hair. It was just like all the time. I just thought it was horrible.
Quiet Bloke. Thank you. I get confused by these emails because I can't work out if it's a product or something. Quiet Bloke, thank you for your donation, which doesn't show up on there, but which shows up in here, which means I don't have to tell Catherine exactly. He donated £2.
Oh, thank you.
So you get £1.
Listen, it's £1 more than I had before.
Richard Rollsalts. Thank you, Quiet Bloke. And Papa Morph just tipped a £5. Thank you. Alan Bezic versus Ken Bruce in a UFC cage match. I'm up for that. Rollsalts, it was his birthday about 6 weeks ago, and his wonderful wife bought a signed copy of Here's the Thing, which we haven't sent yet. So
When's your birthday again? We'll have it by next year.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Oh, Papa Morph, I know what your real name is because it's come up on my phone. I know what your real name is. Give us another £5, otherwise I tell. No, I'm teasing. It's very, very kind. Thank you very much. What I can do is I can change. I would never reveal your real name. I would never do that. What I can do is I can add the money that Quiet Bloke very kindly, and we're aware that you do this quite a lot, dude. So thank you. What I can do is I can add. I can't do maths. Can't do maths anymore. I'm so tired. Why is that not showing up there? There we go. I can add that on manually. There we go. £30. Thank you very much indeed. Ow. Thank you very much indeed. I'm trying to think. It's going to be a chilled show, by the way. So if you're waiting for the energy to kick in, that's not going to happen tonight, guys. There is no way. How are you feeling, Catherine? I've said how I feel. I'm tired and been busy and stuff, but satisfied. How are you?
I've had a bit of a week. I'm just trying to, just before we came on, I got a phone call and it was a guy saying, it's your corgi boiler man, saying I need to come and service your boiler. Again, not a euphemism, for your insurance or something. I've just got, I had a prompt from OVO Energy saying, can you book a boiler service? And I've just followed it finally because I kept forgetting to do it. There are no it would appear there are no booking slots available for the next month, but I have to keep checking every week. Surely that's not how it works.
I think that's how it works.
Well, that sounds like bullshine. I will continue to look, but yeah, I find it weird that the man just rang up. Like, I don't know. When people say it's the boiler man, from a mobile phone, I just thought it felt a bit dodgy. Anyway, so that was where my head was then, just then. But apart from that, yeah, this week I had my last teaching session at the university, and now I've got loads of marking to do. And I haven't got anything penciled in with them until the next academic year, which was a little bit gutting.
Is that October?
September, October, yeah.
Okay, so that's May, June, July, August. That's 5-6 months.
Jeez. Yeah. Visiment, how come you get asked to service your boiler? I've got like a plan or something anyway. So it's like paid for, I just have to book them in. But I have a potential lecture coming up that I'm going to do at a different university after Easter. So that happened. Now all I can think about is this marking, and I've never done it before, so. You're right, isn't it? Wembley Seat TV, a phone call at this time about your boiler is very questionable. Yeah. It felt wrong to me as well, but I'll book it through.
Crusty Ass Motherfucker says, sounds like a bogus gas man with a fake ID who will ransack your house.
How will I be able to tell? My house is an absolute pigsty at the moment because the kids are off school and it's like Time Team, except the time is the last 5 minutes. I can see exactly where they've been and I can tell you the story of their day through the breadcrumbs that they've been chucking around the house. My God. When will they go back?
Sketty Meatballer Man, I do not trust because he's so pleasant. I don't trust that. So
why?
I just don't trust. I've seen some of the filthy posts in Discord. I'm watching you, Sketty. I'm watching you. I see what you post in there, and I'm watching you. Anyway, Sketty says Corgi doesn't exist anymore. It's gas safe now. Make sure it's not a scam.
I just find it weird that they would do that.
What?
I'm glad I told him to bugger off. I didn't tell him to bugger off. I said, I'm busy right now. Can I call another time? I'll block his number.
I had to take my car into the garage this week. My handbrake is not as tight as it was. And I've had it where...
Tell me about it.
I have, and it is a euphemism, I mean my anus. If I park on anything that is approaching a little bit steep, the car just doesn't stop. And it's been like that for quite a while, which is not great. And I'm joking, Sketty, by the way, just in case you didn't know. And I booked it in. I was thinking, it's going to be a new handbrake. This is going to be 500 quid. I was Googling, how much is a handbrake? 500 quid. Oh, my God.
I think everyone, when they take their car to the garage, unless they are themselves a mechanic, immediately writes off about 500 quid in their mind.
So they phoned up. They phoned up and she said, right, it's going to cost... Okay, so we've worked out what it is. The labour is going to be about £75 and the part is going to be 231. And I went, okay, so what's the total? Thinking 300 quid. She goes, it's £72.31. She meant £2.31.
No one says £2.31 like that.
And I thought, and I phoned you up and said, I think it's going to be £75, but I might have misunderstood it. And then I got there. It was £75. And I said, I was over enthusing. I said, I'd written off 500 quid, 75 quid. Oh, it was so good. It's so good having a garage. And I've been to them. I use them so often whenever I need to. I went there once for something and I booked it in and the guy said, let me have a quick look. So I think, and he fiddled with it and it took him 20 minutes. He said, there you go, it's done. I said, how much? He said, oh, don't worry about it. So I gave him 20 quid. He said, "Oh no, you don't." He said, "Oh no, you don't have to." I said, "Oh, it's coming up to Christmas. Take 20 quid." He said, "Oh, I'll put it in the works drink fund." So this is a good garage, you know. This is a good garage.
I've got one of those as well. Finally, after 20 years of driving, it's brilliant. You know, so sometimes you take it in and it's nothing, and they won't take any money for it. And
Yep.
other times when it is more expensive, you believe them because
Yep.
they wouldn't charge you otherwise.
Derelict Cumberbatch, the handbrake can just need manually adjusting. I think that was it. And it was just a little bit of tightening of that and the pads. Paul Loves Retro says, "Evening, all my Mark Isaacs Blu-ray box set arrived today. The Lift documentary. Mine arrived today. Thank you, Gary Gatford, who says 425 quid to spend on other stuff now, as I'd written off. If you want to donate that, Gary, thank you. That would be appreciated." They're obviously an honest garage. Yeah, they really, really are.
It makes a difference. That's what keeps customers coming back. We all know when we've been ripped off.
Yeah.
We all feel it.
Yeah. So
Remember that time I had my car serviced at great expense? They did a full service. It was like post lockdown, so I had to admit that I'd not been keeping up with the service schedule, and they rinsed me out. And then 2 weeks later, my car broke down, and so I had to ring up and said, "How can that possibly be? You've done a full service." They gave me some money back, which to me says they got busted.
Yeah.
So I never took my car back. Of course, I'm not going to take my car back there ever again.
No, I don't like car stuff, but knowing there is a place where at least 2 occasions they have, they could have charged me significantly more. I had another thing actually there where it was way cheaper. He said there was another one where I can't remember what the problem was, and he said, "Look, there's 2 ways to fix this. It could just be this cheap little thing, or it could be a really expensive big thing. So why don't we do the cheap little thing, and you see what it's like for the next couple of weeks, and if it's not that, then bring it back in." That's incredible, right? That's incredible.
Yeah.
What have we got here? Oh, well, that's not. EDT says, "Milestone achieved. EDT watched 3 consecutive streams this month and sparked a watch streak."
Honk, honk.
Scudge Sucker says, "Seriously, and if it's a good garage that's near enough to me, let me know where." It's around about Risborough is all I'm going to say. And if you send me an email, Nina, I will tell you exactly where it is. It's round about Risborough. I don't want to be too specific. Oh, that's there.
You could be a bogus boiler man trying to find our locations.
Exactly. That's what I'm quite. So that was a good bit of news. And all in all, I've had a good week. I have this I've talked about this before. I have this mid-level depression, which is not great. And I'm considering maybe getting in touch with my psychiatrist again and just seeing if there's any little nudging with the meds that needs to be done. But I've had a satisfying week, good week, counselling, good week, whatever that means. The boys the boys been here since Tuesday night and we've had a laugh. Going to go and see Nanny Linda tomorrow. In the weekend, I got nothing, baby. I got nothing.
Yes, you have. You've got Easter Sunday when we all celebrate the ultimate gift.
I've eaten my Easter egg.
No, I don't mean Easter eggs. I mean salvation.
Jesus.
Exactly.
There you go.
I've been watching a lot of TikTok, and because I have friends in Seville and have, I really do enjoy the whole Holy Week shenanigans that they have there. Shenanigans, that's slightly dismissive of someone's culture, but like they take the statues out of the church and parade them around with brass bands and stuff and costumes and that. Now my TikTok is just it assumes that I'm totally obsessed with them, and to be honest, I am. It's quite something, So I'm just thinking about my friend in Spain. All this week, they will have had these parades every single night through the town. Can't get away from them. People are strange, aren't they?
People
Human
are really
beings.
weird. Yeah, the rituals and the things. I'm going to do smudging ritual around the house. I bought some sage.
All right. Wonder what you're going to use.
Cock smudger. I've got some sage. Me and the boys are going to smudge the house. Was
that brought about by Married at First Sight when they were smudging each other?
No,
that didn't work, by the way, did it?
I didn't see that bit.
It was Jesse and Thingy smudging each other before the big
I tell
revelation.
you where I went at the weekend. We haven't streamed since I went to Platypus Land. So there's this thing, right? It's Platypus Land or something. And It's an immersive experience, right? It's like 4.5 hours you're there for. You get a time slot, and it's a town. They've built a small town. Half of it is inside, half of it is outside. It's populated by characters, actors. It's this weird kind of, it's not steampunk, but it kind of is looking off in that direction, but it's not got the irritating bit of the steampunk thing. And there's like a story going on, and you go in and you can get food and you can get drink, and it starts off with this opening ceremony, and the mayor gives this speech and tells you about how the city. I won't give any spoilers, don't worry. About how the city is, and he's obviously corrupt. And I said to one of the other cast, I don't trust that guy. She went, well, I can't say anything, and then you get an app on your phone. And you answer a few questions. Do you want adventure or mystery? Are you comfortable crawling through small spaces? Oh, I think I found the perfect quest for you. And it's like, this is the first one we had, and I will go no further. Go to the graveyard and type in and the question is, who died most recently? And you go to the graveyard. There's no dates on there. You have to use other things to work it out. And then once you've got that, it will say, that's interesting, he died. Perhaps you need to go to this person and ask them what they know about it. And it's brilliant. And it sends you off. And you go and talk to all of these actors. The kids were hilarious because they were quite nervous, but then they started getting into it. Yeah. And there's one where you have to kind of sidle up to someone and go, I want to ask you a few questions.
Did you do that voice?
I think Al did. And we were there 4.5 hours. We managed to do 2 quests. We sped run the second one, and it was absolutely flipping brilliant. It was out of this world. Honestly, I got free tickets. Right, still got a little bit of that jungle magic. However, if it was shit, I would say it was shit, or I wouldn't talk about it. It was brilliant. To the point where we are going to go again, and I will be buying tickets. We're going to go in the summer holidays. We did 2 quests. Apparently there are 10 quests, and then there's like a secret one for those that complete 10. Because loads of people go back. We met a few people. I met a listener whose name I cannot remember, and I'm really sorry if you're listening to this, but a very nice guy who was a fan, and he'd done all 10, and I think he was there, or he was approaching getting to do the secret one. It was so good. Let me put the link in the chat for anyone that has a passing interest in it. Platypus.
I do think that's quite exciting, that the way this sort of theatre stroke experience thing is fusing at the moment. You know, we started off with what was it called? The Punch Drunk Theatre?
Yeah, the Drowned Man.
Drowned Man.
That was like set on 4 floors of a giant warehouse, a play where you followed the actors, whichever actor you wanted, and nobody saw the same performance.
Yeah. I never even saw there was a desert set. Apparently, I never saw that.
I saw that. I went there, but there was nothing happening. One of the things in the Drowned Man, I got shut in a hotel room with 4 other punters, and the actor was furious and was shouting and someone tried to get in. Hold that door shut! Don't let anybody else in! Oh, it's incredible. And you all wear a mask.
That's weird, isn't it? Yeah. It did feel a bit like at the end there was like a sort of it was an orgy, really, wasn't it?
Yep.
That we were all standing there, and I did feel a little bit eyes wide shut about it, but it was an experience and a half. It was an experience and a half.
If you're listening to the podcast, the place I was just talking about is phantompeak.com. It's over in East London. If you go on a Sunday, there's plenty of parking. Phantompeak.com. If you go as a result of hearing this, would you mind tweeting the company and saying, I heard about you through Ian, because that
could get you another free ticket.
Could get me another free one. And also, it just shows them that giving me free tickets worked, and it shows that works. So phantompeak.com, absolutely loved it. Me and the boys are going to go again. Michael says we did the Burnt City thing, which was done by the Punch Drunk Company, but that one was all performance dance. Wasn't a fan.
Yeah, we saw that.
It was nowhere near as good as the Drowned Man. It was good. Had I not seen the Drowned Man, I would have loved it. But you're right, it was dance as opposed to acting. I like dance. I just felt you didn't quite get as much.
I was the only one who went to the underworld at the end. Did you go there? And I'm not talking about the knicker factory in
No,
Coronation
you
Street.
did.
Yeah, that was great.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favourite. Fizzy says, I'd love to see you both as a team on Hunted on Channel 4. I had the interview for Stand Up to Cancer, and it was 2 weeks, and I wouldn't have got paid because it was for charity, right? So it would have meant taking 2 weeks off work. And I said, and they're giving me the interview, and they said, you don't get paid. I said, right, are you getting paid? The producers. And they went, yeah. I went, okay. Thank you so much for, I don't even know if they're going to offer it to me. I said, you know what? I can't afford to take 2 weeks off work and not work, because that's what it would be. Me not getting a fee is not going to cure cancer. They wouldn't be going, hey, we would have paid Ian £5,000. Let's give that £5,000 to cancer. That's not what would have happened.
No, it's just a matter of making a program where they can put those little inserts in and, get people to donate.
Yeah.
Really.
And the camera people would be getting paid. The producers would most definitely be getting paid, as they should.
Yeah.
Pay the. I'm not going to do it for free. It's that's not happening. Taking if I didn't have to take 2 weeks off work, maybe I'd consider it, but I'm not.
No, that's your whole life for that amount of time, isn't it?
I have really no desire to be on television, but everything before the but doesn't count. Bear that in mind. I texted my agent last night and said, Nick, I am watching Married at First Sight Australia, and there's a guy on there who is he's an expert. I said, I could do that. I can legally use the term psychotherapist. I choose not to. I go for counsellor. But I can legally use the term psychotherapist. If an option came up for the British Married at First Sight or any other show that requires a psychotherapist, put me forward.
I think the British Married at First Sight uses that same team.
Does it?
I think it might do. It's certainly at least one of them. I think the guy and the blonde therapist. I think so. I'm not sure about the. Is she Argentinian? The sex therapist.
That's not what I'm paying attention to when she's on screen.
Oh, you're a bad man.
Crunchy Frog. I know the artistic director of an immersive theatre company called Parabolic Theatre. I know the conversation has moved on. It took me a while to remember the name. Well done, thank you. It says here, possible ban evader monitoring Chef Paul III. Wow, that's
what did
just
you
done
do,
automatically.
Man?
Gatford says, where is the guitar coming from? Alex is playing the bass guitar next door. Matty by the Sea. I work in design and have had offers of work where they will pay me in promotion. Yeah, that doesn't pay the bills.
No, you can't.
What was? I saw someone. It was a rap party for a big TV show like Bake Off, but it wasn't. And they've been asked to provide something for the rap party for free for a big TV show. And this person posted the email, said, you're having a laugh. That thing of, do
exposure.
It. Yeah. There is, Catherine and I, we've got a little band going, and we're going to be asking people, we're looking for a brass section. And there will be no money in it. And, no one's making any money of it. And it will be said to people, look, no one's making money. If you want to do it for the joy of doing it and join us, you're very, very welcome. So it's a slightly different thing. If we were getting paid for it and we got in touch with a trumpet player and said, yeah, we're getting paid, but, there's nothing for you. That would be wrong.
No,
if people want to join us for the fun of it, but we'd never use that line. It'd be great promotion for you.
Here's the thing. It was bad before. Life is too expensive these days to be expecting people's time for nothing, especially if it means them turning down paid work. Now, you can't do it.
James is right. X Factor asking for free cakes, wasn't it? They said we'll mention your credits. It was X Factor. It was a big show.
I don't think they're hard up, are they?
It's outrageous, isn't it? It's outrageous. I need to go for a pee. Pee break, everybody.
Have a night. If you want to go for a pee, go now. Go now. Yeah, that takes the mickey. I've had a few offers of things recently, and well-meaning, and you know what? In some cases, fair play for asking, but I can't. The point is, at the moment, I'm trying to find a way to pay bills, and so my goodwill, unfortunately, is not going to pay the bills. I try and do as much as I can. But things that are going to be a big commitment, I'm afraid I cannot do. Yeah. And the thing is, it's when they're sneaky about it and it comes over like it's going to be a job offer or, a paid post. And then all of a sudden you realize we've not discussed money at all. And because we're Brits, we don't like to raise it. But at some point, it's going to have to be done. And then they sort of throw in things like, well, of course, everyone that works here is a volunteer. Okay. Okay. Should have told me that first up. Cost of living crisis visionary. That's exactly it, and it's me and two girls here. And their dad does his bit, but we're not smoking cigars and burning £50 notes. Lulu says, I was asked to illustrate a book once. The sales apparently would give me a small percentage, and the guy wanted for me to give his 500 quid. What? Do you mean you had to give him 500 quid? You had to give him, you had to pay him to illustrate his book. Is that right, Lulu? But yeah, it's crackers. It's crackers. And also you don't want to sound tight. If you're sitting pretty and it takes 10 minutes and it's off your nose, fair enough. But not if it's a big commitment that's going to stop you from actually working. Can't do it. Can't do it. Anyway, he wanted you to pay 500 quid. Nah. Imagine telling British Gas, can I pay you in Twitter mentions this month? Same for me, doing it mostly alone, but money helps. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't think of a time when I've actually been asked to pay someone else to do a job for them. But, we've all done things where you kind of tot up your expenses of actually getting there and you realize that you're paying more money than you're getting back for this job, I don't know if I could ever commute again. Exactly, Fizzy Mint. What a privilege. Could you illustrate my book and give me 500 quid? I think that's quite nice, actually. Maybe that's a scam we should all pull. I mean, that's a deal we should all offer. But yeah, I mean, come on now. So, I mean, some people who are celebrities don't buy anything, right? And everything they do is given to them because there's something in it for in terms of exposure on other people's behalf. But not for your average Joe. Not going to happen, is it? Catherine, what are you doing now, says Aunt Ben? I hope you've moved on to other things as well as Ian. I've been lecturing. And I'm also on somebody else's podcast, is what's going on. So generally bits and bobs. But I'm still hoping, I don't think I've quite landed yet. I don't think I've quite landed in what I'm going to spend potentially the rest of my life doing. And I have to trust the process and it will happen when it happens. I applied for another job this week, doing something completely different. And this might be the one. But I have to also know that it probably won't be. Crunchy Frog, I had to make it clear at some point to my friends and family that if they want a portrait, they have to pay for it. I also draw for fun, but it's of the things I want to draw. Crunchy, I completely understand that. I'm quite a creative person and I've done things for people for fun in the past and it's threatened to turn into a business and it takes the joy out of it, doesn't it? Here's the thing, what happened with me was first time I had maternity leave, I was so bored and I started making sock monkeys. And I'm the sort of person that every time I do want to try and make it better and better and better.
Thank you, Visionary. I saw you kick someone.
And I gave it to a friend of mine after Christmas. She opened it because her baby was ill, so he was in hospital. And so it was after Christmas. I suppose during Christmas you kind of get lost in the noise, right? So she opened this thing after Christmas and she put it on Facebook. Immediately I started getting orders in for people. And, I do one for a friend of a friend and they'd ask me how much and I would never charge enough to actually cover the amount of work that had gone into it. And more importantly, love that had gone into it because I'd done it for each individual kid that I'd made them for. I'd made them for my nephews and I'd made them for this particular child because he'd not been very well. And then it started to be like, someone else would get involved and it would be, I like that one, but can you do it in a different color? And it's like, what factory? So I ended up knocking it on the head in the end, but I don't know. I just like making stuff and I don't necessarily want to earn money out of everything that I do like that because I think that takes away from the specialness of the thing you've done for a particular person. Anyway, that's the end of my
Fizzy
tirade.
Mint says Ian Defo wears his glasses in his sessions. Well, these are new glasses. Before I had reading glasses, if my eyes were really tired, I would wear my reading glasses. But these are office glasses, which means, so instead of, if I look here, it's a little bit out of focus, but if I look at the screen, I can see the screen perfectly. It's amazing. So, yes, I do now because it helps me see. And also, this is my look. Shirt and cardigan. Who's that down there? Someone's down there. Is that Big Boy? Yes, it is. Shirt and cardigan. This is my counselling look. How does that make you feel as a person?
Is that one of the key questions?
That's one of the key questions.
A dealie. You throw them a dealie.
I'm going to throw a dealie into the mix here. How does that make you feel as a person? Money's a weird thing, isn't it? It's, it took us a long time to become, it took us a long time to be comfortable with Patreon, getting money for that. It's only last month where we went, oh, those free shows, we could maybe put a little dono bar up and we could suggest, we've been doing that for 2 years and we didn't think we could ask for that. It's always an uncomfortable one. The one place I am comfortable is my counselling fee, and I wasn't for a while. And then I spoke to a couple of people, and someone who's been doing it longer than me said, yeah, I wish I could put my fee up to that. That sounds, and it's the one thing I'm really comfortable with saying to people, this is how much I charge for this. And, which is a surprise. I thought that would be more and more uncomfortable.
I would suggest that with something like that, it's about offering them a service for a fee and being absolutely transparent about it. And then it's up to them whether they commit or not. And I would suggest that offering below what everyone else does suggests that, one, it's not as good as what everyone else is doing. But also, if it's less of a commitment, it's easy to back away from.
And also, we have got, we don't need to share them here, which is quite freeing in itself that we don't need to. But we've got a couple of plans for things where there will be an entrance fee. It's not going to be a live show or anything, but that's vague enough. There will be an entrance fee. And it really hit us today. Oh, shit, we've got all of this, between us, we've got about 50 years of broadcasting experience. We think there's a way that we can somehow monetize that. So we got a couple of good plans, and I will have no qualms in saying this is how much it costs.
Yeah.
Because if people don't want it, they don't want it.
But also, it's based at the level at which people are operating on, right? So it's not just something for, to dip your toes in. It's something for people who are committed to a certain line of, I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's people who are making an extra commitment.
I would like to thank Gary for this. This is the DVD box set that he paid for. This is the guy that made Lift, Mark Isaacs, which, if you were joining us last week, it was a free show, wasn't it, actually, when we did it? Was it a free one? Because the link got buggered. I think we watched that in a free one. Anyway, this is the DVD box set. It's absolutely beautiful. It comes with, I haven't watched any of them yet. It comes with this book, and it comes with 2 discs, and there are there's about 20 films. Someday My Prince Will Come, 2005. Philip and His 7 Wives. Oh, what a title. Outside the Court.
Yeah, that's the one I fancied.
This is from a... Go on.
Sorry, I was going to say that's him catching up with people having a cigarette outside court.
The Road, A Story of Life and Death. Out of Time Installation. Sisters, Moments of Silence, Notes on Bangladesh, Rainy Days. Shorts, The Old Man and His Bed. Outsiders, Touched by Murder, When Night Falls. Lift, Travellers, Calais the Last Border, All White Embarking. Oh, that sounds so good. And Men of the City. I think that's this weekend sorted. I think this weekend, and I am going to watch it because we've all done that thing where we buy, and I did think, have I ordered this? Am I ever going to watch it? Yeah, actually, this weekend I'm going to get a nice pot of cough, and I'm going to sit down. And Gary bought me this. Thank you.
That's the sort of thing that inspires creativity. That's the sort of thing that we've watched in the past, and it's led to us doing something different.
Yeah. Fizzy says, I think that it's so wrong that there are no smoking facilities at courts. Why? There's no smoking facilities anywhere anymore. You're not allowed to smoke indoors. Why? Why should court be any different? Go outside and have a fag. Cheers, make my boys laugh now by saying the phrase, having a cheeky ciggy, which they came up with, and they find that hilarious, just having a cheeky ciggy. I'm confused, Fizzy, why court should be any different. I suppose, well, prisoners, isn't it? I suppose, some of them.
Well, the other thing is as well that you've got problems with different sections of a legal argument crossing over in communal areas.
It's weird to think there used to be a smoking room at most workplaces. I remember it.
Or on aeroplanes. They used to sit at the back.
Stand at the back. I remember flying to Pakistan and it being a smoking flight. Yeah, you sit at the back. I remember it on
Makes
the underground.
all the difference. They're at the back.
I remember it at the underground. And the King's Cross changed that, of course. The huge fire at King's Cross, which I think was about 84. Yeah. Certainly remember it, 85.
It might have been a bit later. I think my dad was certainly working in London by then, and we moved here in 1987. So I suspect it was around that time. Maybe the year before.
I've got to ask now. I'm going to say I'm going 85.
Go on, try it. I don't know how long we were living.
What year was the King's Cross fire disaster?
The King's Cross fire, start date is the 18th of November 1987.
You were spot on.
The only reason I think that, I mean, it could have been the year before, is because my dad got made redundant. He used to be a newspaper sub-editor, and he got made redundant from the Manchester works and was told, but there's a job for you if you move to London. So he moved to London before us. He was staying in digs in Wapping while we kind of tidied up the house, packed up the house and moved. And I still remember us all finally getting together after months and months, it felt like, of living apart. And we got off the train at Stevenage train station, and it was one of those old-fashioned ones with a full-length door that you had to open like that.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit like, a shitty 80s version of The Railway Children, Daddy, Daddy, Oh My Daddy. So whenever I watch The Railway Children now, that bit, it gets everyone, doesn't it, that particular scene, but that always has a little special place in my heart, that one.
I miss the train doors where you had to pull down the window and lean out to open them. I miss those. They don't.
It had a handle.
Imagine trusting people to do that now, though. I don't trust anybody. There's still some EU cities where you can still smoke inside. I bet Greece is one. I bet Athens is one of them, Wembley.
I'm surprised that Spain has finally caught up with everyone else, because I remember when I first started going there, my friend's mum used to take us around El Corte Inglés, which is like their version of Debenhams or John Lewis or whatever. And although there were what they called ashtrays at the door inside, people were wandering around looking at the clothes with fags on.
Yeah, but when you first started going there, the age of consent was 13.
I think it still is, isn't it?
I thought they put it up to 16. I thought EU law had...
Sure about that. Hang on.
Bloody bureaucrats putting up the age of consent to something decent.
I think it might have been 12 at one point.
Okay.
It's 16 now. It's 14 in Germany, apparently. Anyway.
Hachi-machi.
I know, innit?
It really, really is.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Welcome. This is Pledge Week. We do 2 shows a month that are for free on Twitch. Lots of people coming in going, hey, I missed you guys. Where have you been? We've been doing shows every single week. And if you want to be part of those shows, it's really simple. You pay £4.99 plus VAT. You can pay more if you want. $4.99 plus VAT will get you the secret code, the secret link for 2 shows a week. It will be sent out to you, and you just click on those and you can watch the shows live. You can watch them back. They will also, probably about a week later, be converted into podcasts. You get a special RSS feed that you drop into your podcast app, and you get to listen to those podcasts about a week after we do the live show. There is about 2,000 hours worth of shows, video and podcasts. Really, really simple. I'm going to put the link in the chat in a second for those of you who don't know how to get access to the Patreon podcast. Some of you don't know. If you're listening to this podcast, which is free, type RSS feed Patreon, and it'll show you. I'll put the link in the chat in a second. So patreon.com/Ian and Catherine, patreon.com/IAIN and Catherine with a K. For the £15 and above, we do a Zoom meeting every month, and we are going to cut it down to one Zoom meeting a month. It was getting really tricky, and I need to change the thing on the Patreon. It was just getting tricky to do two, and it meant we'd have to stop doing. One of us would have the kids, or we both have the kids, and so we're going to go down to one Zoom meeting a month.
Yeah,
I hope that's cool. I hope you can still stick around for that. And if you're watching this, there's loads of ways you can support us right now. You can link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch and subscribe to our Twitch channel. It's different from Patreon. Don't pay for it. Do it with your Amazon Prime. We get a couple of quid. Or you can donate. You can tip your waiters. This is one of our jobs. This isn't a side hustle. This is one of our jobs.
The hustle.
This is the hustle. I'm working as a counsellor. It's great. Doesn't cover all the bills. That's why I do this. Catherine has been teaching. That has come to an end. So this is one of our jobs. If you want to donate, you can, if you're watching in the chat, !donate. The link will come up. If you're listening to the podcast and you're feeling generous, or if you're feeling drunk, we will take advantage. There are no refunds. You can go to paypal.me/Ian Lee. paypal.me/IAINLEE. The link has just appeared in the chat. Click on it and bung us a £5. Oh, someone just did. Zermatt just gave us 10 quid.
Thanks, Zermatt.
Thank you, Zermatt. You both deserve this and more. Kiss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So far, we've had Zermatt, we've had Quiet Bloke, we've had Papa Morph, and we've had Max. And that is great. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is one of our jobs. This is not a side hustle. This is part of our income. So thank you very much indeed. It is appreciated.
It really is. Thank you.
I saw talk of a program on the TV the other day. I saw talk in Twitter of something I'd never heard of. What was that? Someone. Zermatt, I see you. I know your real name. I will never say it, but it comes up. I'm really sorry.
It's always exciting for us when we see your alias drop, and it's a bit like, when you find out what your teacher's real name is.
Thank you for that donation. It's just pinged on my phone. So I was right. So this program, the clip of this program popped up. Right. I think I have a vague recollection of it, but I might be making it up. It's a thing called the Indoor League. It would have been way before your time. I saw about 10 seconds of a
bowls?
clip. I think from the little bit I saw, and I thought I'm going to save that. I think it's like indoor sports, right?
All right.
I think it's pub games. Yeah. Do you ever have one of those compendium of games?
Yes.
Which was a cardboard box, and it would have drafts, it would have chess, it would have snakes and ladders.
Yeah, it'd have one of those
Ludo.
boards you could turn over and have a different game on.
It's, I think it's a compendium of pub games. The people in the chat seem to recognise it. Robert Sausage, pub games. Dave Dogface, Our Do, which I'm guessing he's now talking in Yorkshire, so I guess that. Fred Truman used to host it.
Right.
Says EDT. So should we have a little look? It looks like a glimpse into. I'm sorry. I'm getting so many tweets about that podcast with Michael Fenton Stevens. I'm getting so many tweets about that. It seems
it's bloody good. That's why I am listening. I'm just give me a second.
No. I had a lovely tweet from Tim Vine and Dave Gorman yesterday, which made me think, do you get that thing right? And I'm so much better at it than I used to be. I still went, famous people. Famous people liked me. Famous people like me, and that still kind of got me. Defying reality. Hi guys, hope everyone is well. Haven't watched or listened in ages, has found it hard to track the team down. Is the schedule showing here the live Twitch schedule every week? No, I don't know if you're following us on Twitter, Defying Reality. We do 2 shows a week for our Patreons. If we could get the Patreon link in the chat for Defying, thank you very much, Katifa. If you click on that link, Defying Reality, you for $4.99 a month plus VAT, you get access to 2 shows a week.
Just to bring you up to date, we used to work for Twitch, which is how we managed to be exclusively on here. But unfortunately, that contract ended, and so we've had to make ends meet under our own steam, which is why we're now on Patreon.
So let me just have a little look. Patty, you just stood on something and you made my screen size change. So what I'm going to do...
Tatty on one side. Come here.
What does the schedule say? How do I change the schedule? Oh, it says... Well, that schedule's insane. Uninstall. Right, that's gone. We just get rid of that. That makes it easier.
I know, but you're tatty on one side, and I don't know why you're not licking yourself properly on one side. If you're going to be lazy, I'm going to have to do it for you.
It's exactly what I was saying to Catherine the other night. Patty, you've made my screen so tiny. Now it's... There we go. So, yeah, I was impressed because famous people liked it. Isn't that silly? Defying Reality says, so you only pop up on here randomly. No, we do 2 shows a month on here. Generally, it's the first Thursday and Friday of the month, but it's not always. Elaine, thank you very much indeed. I don't know if you're in the chat. Elaine, thank you. That is appreciated. I will pop that on there in fact, let me just do that now. Catherine, do you want to explain to Defying Reality how it works? Well, I just do
so we do a couple of free ones on here, really, just to sort of keep in touch with the old Twitch massive, to be honest, and also to remind you where we are. So, in a way, the fact that you didn't know suggests we need to keep doing these. So thank you for letting us know. So we're on Patreon for the most part now.
And for the price of a little bit more than a Twitch sub, you get so much more than
but also people. We realised that the Twitch sub, most of it goes to Jeff Bezos to spend on Dick Rocket. So we just thought maybe you'd want to, if you were into what we did and you'd like to see what we've been doing for 3 years on there, there's like 300 odd podcasts there waiting for you. If you want to have a look on the Patreon, then it's really not that expensive.
I was saying that I got a little thrill because Tim Vine and Dave Gorman commented on the podcast, and there's still part of me. It's like, famous people. It's also just after Mickey Dolenz tweeted me. It's his wife Donna, but still. And it's a little bit of that. And Dave, Lonely God Dave says, "Mate, I still get that when you WhatsApp me." I'm going to WhatsApp him now. I'm going to WhatsApp him now.
But you're falling into his trap. It's natural that you would feel like that. I do think it's really interesting, this whole Elon Musk blue tick scam, and how he said he was going to withdraw the blue ticks unless you bought them. And then all the celebs are going, yeah, don't need it then. And now what he's done is put a thing on it so you can no longer hover over the blue tick and find out whether the sucker paid for it or not and laugh about it. It's all encompassing, isn't it? It's either a legacy one or they paid for it, but you won't specify which. It's obvious which, because you will have heard of them, 1, and they'll have more than 15 followers, 2. But yeah, you get all sorts buying and flipping it. Why would you do that?
Defying Reality says, okay, off to Patreon I trot. Much love and nice to see you guys looking well. I think you'll enjoy it. And if you sign up, we'll be very, very, very grateful. Elaine just tipped us £5. I don't know what your name on here is. Chef Paul III. You probably can't see this, but the mods can. Hang on. Is where mark the same as Elaine? Because I've added. It's getting very confusing because it. Hold the line, please, caller. Where mark is different.
Lonely
from
God
Elaine.
says I just got a WhatsApp from a famous.
Yes, mate. Where Mark and Elaine, are you the same person? Because it's confusing me. Chef Paul III. I discovered Ian on Jack. Obviously, I was aware of him, but couldn't stand the thought of not hearing him, so signed up. Thank you. I don't know why it's saying possible ban evader monitoring every time you do a message. I don't quite know what that is what that's about.
If you're the chef, you're a chef, and you were know Ian through Jack, are you the guy that puts the fun back on the plate? Because you should
you could
stop
have your
doing
money
that.
back.
That's probably not hygienic.
Yeah, I'll put the fun back on the plate. And we'd
Stop
all
doing
go.
that. Not for me, thanks.
Where Mark says, I'm not Elaine, Ian, but the first time I've donated. Thank you.
Thank you.
The money, I was going to say it's a bit cheeky. It's not us actually asking for this because when I did start counselling and I put forward my fee and I spoke to my supervisor and I said, well, I think maybe I'm charging too much. Sorry?
I found a clip of 7 years ago of you team killing people in Rainbow Six.
Oh, you've just found it?
Yeah, I was looking at clips.
Yes, mate.
I found the first win with Dylan and Kim on as well.
Okay. He's found a clip of me 7 years ago team killing people in Rainbow Six. That's my boy.
Alexa, stop.
Can't remember what we were saying, so that's fine by that. Don't remember what we were saying, but you can follow.
Oh, I know what you were saying.
Oh, yeah.
You were saying to your
Too much.
supervisor about the fee.
And she went, are people saying yes to it? I said, yeah. She goes, are you forcing them to say yes? No. There's your answer. There's your answer. And I did put this fee out there thinking I'm going to test the water. And I was expecting everyone to say no. And loads of people went, okay, yeah, can we book in?
Yeah.
You know, I am learning my worth. And part of that learning that worth is a financial thing, as I am an independent business. I'm self-employed. And it can be tricky for us to know our worth.
Yeah.
But they're not just, people are not just, move it away from me slightly. When I pay a counsellor, I'm seeing a counsellor, I'm not paying her just for that hour. I'm paying her for the years of training, the decades of life experience, and I'm also paying for all of the other clients that she's worked with because she will have picked up something from all of them. That's what that hour is, that fee.
But it's also an investment in your health.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah, completely.
You know what I mean? And look, you got the choice. It's not a compulsory fee. If you don't want the service and you don't want to pay for that service, then you can, shop around. People aren't, like your supervisor says, you're not forcing them.
No. Where, Mark, thank you very much for that donation. Chef Paul III says, we take the piss out of the fun on the plate guy every time he comes on at work.
Someone has told him that that's a great saying. And it's just
someone
awful.
has to say to him, that's such an old-fashioned advert. I'm sure it's a great place. Someone has to say to him, that sounds like spunk, right? That sounds like, what fun sounds like, right? And we would all take we would every time it came on, me or Will or Joe would go, he fucking puts fun on my plate, I'll put my fist in his face. I would say that. They would say that was obviously me. Spiderfish says, I once killed my entire team with a single mine whilst playing as Fuse on Rainbow Six Siege. Great work. Mr. Dave Dogface says, oi, ADHD guy, indoor league, we get in there. Mission Control BB Suds says, I've been singing a lovely song about you both for over half an hour. Can you feel it? It's roughly to the tune of Heads, Shoulders, Knees and Toes. I would love to know more. Harsh says, a bit like an accountant's fee. Harsh is our accountant. You're getting my 30 years experience and technical knowledge. Exactly. We're not just paying. And I know where the Harsh Cuts is a very generous deal. Anytime you want to change that, let us know. But when you pay someone for like an hour, it's not just that 60. I do the therapist's hour, which is 50 minutes. It's not just that 50 minutes that you're paying for. It's everything else. It's everything else that is connected with it.
I think it's quite a British thing to be self-deprecating. I think also you get used to, we've had occasion to have conversations recently about, the amount our experience, the fact that now I'm getting paid to lecture, to teach the next generation of broadcasters suggests I've learned something and it might be worth something to someone. Yeah. Why have I not realised that myself?
Rebby Double D, thank you very much for the sub. Where Mark says, Kath, you got me onto cheese, mayo and pesto sandwiches. So fantastic with spicy pesto.
They're so good. I've not ventured into the spicy variety yet, but I mean, God, what a revelation that was.
Lonely God Dave, please delete my number.
This is getting creepy now.
Oh, I tell you what I bought.
Go on.
A really, really cheap rug. My rugs are filthy, right? I've had them for a long time and I'm constantly worried about cat cat piss everywhere. And the rug I had in the living room, I've had it for 4.5 years since I've been here. And I spilt coffee on it and it was a mess. And I just thought, it must be so filthy. But new rugs, like a big one, they're like 150.
Took you a while to
minimum.
find that one. That was quite
Yeah.
a big one for not too
Yeah.
much.
So I went on eBay.
Uh-oh.
What?
Has it got a chalk man outline on it? Why are they selling it cheap?
No, it's a new rug. I tell you why they're selling it cheap, because it's really thin.
Someone put the fun back on it.
35 quid, right?
Oh,
For a rug like
thin.
that.
It's like paper.
It's really thin, right? However, it looks great.
Okay.
It looks great. And if the cats pee on it, that's 35 quid I've lost. It's not 150 quid. So I've ordered one to replace this one, 35 quid. And it feels really nice. It's like kind of a fluffy one. It's just thin, you know, and I'm not getting them to keep the floor warm. Honestly, when you see it, well, you might go, oh, yeah, that looks shit. It looks like a 35 quid rug. But I don't care. I think it looks great. And I'm totally chuffed with... It's a cheap rug, but it looks nice. It feels nice underfoot. So I'm totally cool with that.
It's your rug. You don't have to justify it to anyone.
No, exactly. I just thought it was a real bargain. And so I've ordered one for this to get rid of this. And because the cats sometimes pee on these things, and if they pee on it, you cannot get cat pee out of something.
There's not enough bicarb in the world, is there?
No. So, Jeff's in the room. Sorry, but pesto on toasted crumpets. I don't like crumpets.
I do.
What are the ones with holes in?
Crumpets.
Are they crumpets? I don't
Yeah.
like crumpets.
Some people call them pikelets.
I don't think you can use that word anymore. Sorry, cheese and mayo go together. Pesto belongs in pasta. Yeah, I think you're right.
No, you're narrow-minded.
More of Kate says, what's the story with sausage soup? Is there a recipe, please?
Soup. Yes. Listen up.
Here we
You get
go.
an onion, you chop it up, you fry it up with some bacon.
Can you please officially justify the second rug? I can't. I can't do it.
You peel yourself some spuds and you whack them in, and then you get like maybe a litre and a bit, and you put of oxo. You whack that in. You boil that whole mixture up until the potatoes start going, and you fall into bits and it starts to thicken up because of the potato. Then you get some big old fat frankfurters and whack them in there for the last 10 minutes or so. Bit of
sandwiches.
Bit of crusty bread. You got a happy family.
Lord Guardian Hawk, £1.66. Thank you. I still have done memories of my poetry set performance ring. Much love. Thank you. Where Mark says, Ian got me into vanilla red bush tea. No turning back. No, I didn't.
He won't have anything like that. He'd have red bush, but he doesn't like anything
red bush,
scenty.
not vanilla. Not vanilla. Crumpets, the holes remind me of pockmarked skin.
Some people have got a phobia, haven't they, of little close together holes. What's it called? Is it called
Bum and fanny. Sorry?
Trypophobia or something? But some people don't like it, like that. Sponges, anything like that makes them...
I'm making my own vulgar jokes. I'm not going to say them because I don't want to disrespect you. About little holes.
I wish you hadn't said those two words together.
Trypophobia. Right. What was the name of the program we were going to watch? Indoor League.
Indoor League.
Indoor League. So, is there a Dragons Den tonight?
No, I think... Is it not finished?
Lazy bastards. Here we go. Oh, this looks right up our Strasser, Catherine.
Does it
This
indeed?
looks right up.
Let me check that out. I will tell you who's
Strasse.
admitted to my Strasser.
Share screen. Indoor League. Bishy Bashy Boshy.
Dragon's Den is on right now.
It's okay. Well, I'm going to watch it after this. I'm going to get in bed with the boys and we're going to watch it because I've got TV in the bedroom because I'm the cool guy. We're going to share sound. We're going to go here. We're going to switch to... By the way, we're now at £106.66. So someone needs to donate to get us up to the round figure of 150. Cheeky bastard.
Cheeky son.
Okay, so all I'm going to do is unclick that. I'm going to make Catherine bigger.
Bigger still, Ples.
Well done. Thank you very much indeed. Kath will be dancing on the coal bunker / glory hole. Speaking
Speaking of which, Clinton Baptiste live at the 100 Club
June
in
the 25th.
London's glossy not Leicester Square, Oxford Street. Yes.
Do I
June the
need to buy a
25th.
ticket?
No.
Okay, because can I
No, you're
just say...
tech, aren't you?
Oh, fuck off, am I tech? Can I just say there will be 2 celebrities in the audience that night? Oh, you didn't know this? I've got a date. I've got a date. I'm bringing a date.
No.
David Turner's. Me and David Turner's are having a little mandate. His wife can't make it.
Okay, Joe. No
So
offense.
me and little David Turner's are having a little mandate. I'm going to suggest to him we go to a jump-in before we get there.
What's a jumping?
You know the places with the trampolines all over the floor? I'm going to ask if he wants to go to a jump-in with me. And then maybe we get a Mackie D's drive-through. Then we come and see the show.
You need to be there on time. You're pressing record and play.
Let me. Oh fuck! I am, aren't I? Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Let me just do a thing.
So don't start booking yourself up.
Dave, you know we're going to. We're doing the show at the moment. You know we're going to see Clinton together. A little mandate because you go. Do you want to go to a jump-in centre before?
No, you'll both stink.
Do you want to go to a jump-in? You know the place with the trampolines everywhere. If you want to go to a jump-in centre before, just let me know, mate. My treat. All right, cheers, buddy. I think that could be a lot of fun.
I don't want you to come now. I don't want you to come if you're going to turn up sweaty and smelling like Greg's.
I will take some links with me in my kit bag.
Oh, right, there's going to be a kit change.
It's going to be a little kit bag, isn't it? Isn't it, Pat?
Just because you're taking your own socks does not make it kit.
You're not allowed to use your own socks. You've got to use the grippy ones.
Oh, didn't you buy some last time?
Yeah, but I throw them away every time. Obvs.
Do you? Flipping heck, Mariah.
He's not listened to the message yet. Right, Indoor League, Yorkshire TV, Champions Edition.
He says, oh no, weak ankles.
Wankles.
That DJ bloke says, the new links variant, Africa sausage rolls. Yeah, exactly, and slip discs. That's what's going to happen.
My back is doing all right.
It won't be, will it?
Catherine, why stop? You don't need to
just
demean
arranging the
yourself
ring
by
light.
giving us a tea shot.
Get those donos up.
Oh, yeah. Get the donos up. Nope, didn't do anything.
No, I'll put them away.
Let me copy that. Hello, Pats. You're being a little bit weird, aren't you? What are you doing? You little sausage.
Sausage soup.
Sausage soup.
Oh, this is all gone wrong. Forget it.
Mission Control about their song. The song started off as a freeform jazz thing with lyrics like, ooh, Ian Lee, I love you best. No, Kath, I love you best. I want to take you on a picnic at the top of the hill.
Okay.
But now it's the tune of head, shoulders, knees and toes. What you doing, Kath and Ian Lee? Are you taking here to me? What the hell are you talking about? You need to get
I find it disturbing that you
drugs.
think that somehow we would sense you doing that. No one's going to sense you doing that, you weirdo.
It's pledge week, guys. It's pledge week. Let's be sensible. Right.
We need to beef up our security by the sounds of it.
So this is retro indoor sports show from the 70s featuring Freddie Truman. All right. So let's see what we got. Oh, skip trial. From the Irish, I need to just do a little bit of that. From the Irish Centre, Leeds. Making you a little bit smaller. From the Irish Centre, Leeds. Here we go. Look at you talk about smoking in places. Look at the actual cloud.
I can smell it in my hair.
Forming there. Oh, baby. Hang on a minute. That's not right. We need to.
He's holding his fingers, isn't he?
What we need to do.
Is it pull my finger? Is it championship pull my finger?
They're in Thumbwall. I just need to create a new. I'm going to call this Zoom Screen 2 because I'm going to make us a little. The name is already in use. What?
Whoa!
What if I go here? Oh look! It's here. It's here. Okay, so I can. Pulse. Come on, Ian. Focus. Drag you over here. There we go. I'm going to make you smaller, Kath. There we go. Liam's in the house.
Big up yourself.
It's other Liam. Sorry, Liam.
You're the one's
other
romancing.
Liam. Yeah. Liam, it's nice to see you. Here we go. Right. Yeah, that's not a grip. A lot of denim. Although this looks like quite a cool look in the background. It's filthy though, right? These must be the judges, the green jackets and the yellow jerseys.
Yeah, official. Oh dear.
The champions. Oh, I love. Is that?
Oh,
that's not Skittles.
Yes.
I used to have one of those, and you pull a rope, and all the Skittles stand back up.
My friend used to run a very old-fashioned pub in a little village near here, and they had that in the back room, and she had to explain to me what it was. I'd never seen one before.
I love Skittles. I love bar billiards. I love shove halfpenny. He's got babyfoot there. Look, he's got babyfoot.
Babyfoot.
Catherine, what's wrong with that
flipping
picture?
mural in the background?
What's going on here?
Is that allowed on Twitch these days?
You right, dude? Do you want to say anything to the fans?
Go subscribe to Alex Plays Fortnite on YouTube.
Oh.
Best channel ever.
Okay.
There's an American guy there for some
Go and
reason.
subscribe to Alex Plays Fortnite on YouTube or Kimbo Collaboration. That's very good channels. Yeah, that isn't right, is it?
Either that or it's Garfield down there top, just having a quick look.
Now then, today we're paying...
Now then, what a start to the show. Now then.
Is this on the BBC?
It's Yorkshire TV, so it's ITV.
It's still Bosoms on the telly. I know they're cartoon ones, but still.
Today we're paying homage to the champions of the Indoor League. 9 lads and lass who came here with high hopes and left with gold medals in
I
cash.
thought he was wearing a flat cap. It's just his side parting.
Just his hair.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he wearing a tie?
He's just... Well, he's wearing standard bloke at that time, smart casual, isn't he? I mean, he's got his cardi, a tie and a shirt there going on.
We're going to recapture the tensions, the highlights, the skills and the excitement of the past few weeks.
Oh, so this is the Champions Edition. So this is the best of the best.
Yeah.
The first champion to be crowned was George Jones of Northamptonshire.
Joe Jones?
George Jones. George Jones.
And the excitement of the past few weeks.
Am I going to have to translate for you?
Hang on.
Champion to be crowned was George Jones of Northamptonshire,
Joe Jones.
George Jones.
who won the first ever televised Cheese Skittles Championships.
Won the first ever televised Cheese Skittles Championships, guys. The first ever televised Cheese Skittles Championships.
Days when they weren't televising Cheese Skittles. Imagine.
Yeah. This mural is... There's so much going on.
Yeah.
With skill like this of the cheese...
He's got a fag on! He's got a fag on! He's got a fag on! Look at this guy. Has he got the things on to make his sleeves go up? I think he has. As a kid. What a world.
Competition, both Northampton players.
Oh, he's got cheese! It's a cheese! He's chucking a cheese! It is Cheese Skittles!
Cheese.
It's Leicester. What do you call it? Leicestershire Red, I think. Hang on.
Of the Cheese Skittles competition.
You mean Red Leicester?
Hang on. Let's see again.
With skill like this
Of the Cheese Skittles competition. Both
I think it's a
Hang
wooden
on. Let
cheese.
me see what he's saying. Hang on. So I want to hear the cheese.
skill like this.
Of the Cheese Skittles competition. Both Northampton players, all the Leicestershire players, having been eliminated.
Leicestershire players. I do apologise, Catherine. What cheese do you think that is?
I reckon that's wooden cheese. I don't think it's proper cheese.
Wooden cheese.
Yep.
Eliminated at the
One shot! I think we all know what they look like.
Look at the elation on that young man's face.
at the mark is George Jones.
George Jones, you were right, Catherine.
George Jones.
And George seems to have got a 9 in 1. Now he is
Oh, look. They're all looking.
Yes.
on a maximum. The maximum at this game is 27. I personally have never seen it done. The most I've ever seen.
Is he going to do it again?
25. Oh, what bad luck.
No.
We were on. That is 80. That is
Who did that from the side?
Skittle is one of the 3 new games we introduced in this series. Another was arm wrestling. 16 muscle-bound grapplers got to grips, but the final was the most gripping contest of all. Blood, sweat and tears flowed.
Who's the guy in the red vest? Is he the Russian contender?
it's Ivan Drago. Alex messaged me the other day. He had a sleepover. Daddy, do you know the Rocky films? I went, yeah. Have you seen Rocky 4? I said, what? Because they brought out some new Rockies, haven't they? I said, what? The one with Ivan Drago? Yeah. I said, yeah. He said, I watched it. It's really good. What a strange film to watch during a sleepover.
I would wonder whether they were slow films now, the Rocky
That's
films.
what I would have thought. I think that one is still a bit glitzy, but yeah.
As Buster Whitney of London and King Ben Boothman of Keighley went into a special...
Well, the guy in the red's obviously going to win, right?
I think so. He's pressing his belly against the counter, which I think is probably a foul, isn't it?
make or break tiebreaker to decide the contest, and Whitney proved just the stronger.
For the first one.
Woo. Who does
What is
she
she
look
doing?
like?
She looks like, I know who she looks like, Louise, that actress called
Jameson.
Louise. Yes.
Yeah.
Used to be Jim Bergerak's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Bow, bow, bow.
I don't know if the red guy's going to win. This is tight.
No excuse for slip-ups now.
Come on, John. She's the woman in the mural, I think.
Lady in white behind Whitney, screaming for his opponent. I think halfway there, but it's not enough. King Ben comes back from all kinds of troubles there. And King Ben...
Oh, come on. Look at this differential between those two.
Look at this weird child. Just stood there.
You think he's a weird child. What's happening there is he's getting inspiration. That child became the world heavyweight champion of arm wrestling.
Congratulates his opponent. So the winner of this arm wrestling tournament.
Buster Whitney.
Buster Whitney, I hardly know her.
It just says, did you tell your son you met Ivan Drago on Good Morning Britain? Of course I did. Of course I told him that. They were thrilled. I found the Brooklyn Tidal T-shirt for when we did the thing with Nico, and I tweeted it, and I tweeted a picture and wrote, if you know, you know, and I added him, and Nico replied back, classic, I was cool with the boys again for an afternoon, because Nico had replied. Has he replied again? I said, one reply is enough. We don't need to push it.
No.
One reply is enough.
Here at the Irish Central League.
KSI got cancelled, hadn't he?
What was the word? Was it the P word?
P word, yeah.
It was the P word, was it? Right, okay. And you know,
He's taking some time out to get better.
well, he was seen at a mosque as well. So he's doing damage control. It seems a very strange thing to have done. But if you've done it, then to publish, I don't know if it was a live stream or something, but it just seems a very obviously awful thing to do. But then to publish the video, they're
usually more savvy than that.
Yeah, he'll survive it. He's big enough to survive it. I bet some of his crew won't. He'll survive it. He's KSI, you know. Bloody Jake Paul, his pretend rival, you know, went to that forest in Japan where people killed themselves and uploaded that. Huh?
Was it not his brother?
Was it Logan?
I thought it was Logan.
Either way, whichever one did it has survived. You can survive that.
It's only ever temporary cancellation these days, isn't it?
Yep.
The winner by 1-4-0 in the final tie-breaking round.
Pictures of Lily. Make me play with my Willie.
Donald Whitney of Eltham, SE9.
Eltham, isn't it? Is it Eltham? Eltham John.
The third new game was American Pool.
American Pool.
We invited 4 Yanks and 4 top
He's
English
behind a
snooker
picture of
players.
a massive bottom.
In the end, John Ashcroft, the Yorkshire champion, and Ray
Sorry, in front
Edmonds, the
of, I just
73 World
went
Amateur
behind.
Snooker champion, were left to fight it out.
Outbound, knows this. Playing low and hard into the end pocket. Training.
Look at this geezer here. Look at this.
Any side. Those boys are using plenty of side, plenty of spin, and plenty of beautiful beautiful shot.
Tell you what, you had nowhere to go with that.
Luckily, that guy potted a ball, so he didn't have to finish that sentence.
He'd run out of steam, hadn't
To
he?
tie it all up.
I just need to grab, hang on a minute, zoom. Just going to grab the little Donald bar. Copy. Paste. There we go. Right, okay.
He couldn't score. Now it leads you to all.
He has bowls that right
It's all
up.
down. He can play on the black. It'll be a regular putt black. He's moved the black, but he's left
The
it
crowd
right
went,
over the side pocket.
not really
Obviously, he'll
wild.
Go for the side pocket, and it could be victory for Yorkshire. It could be victory.
Oh!
Closed it up.
How close can you get? A duplicate of the last time, only this time he hasn't left it right over the pocket. Now Edmund has his 4 ball to go, the purple, and he's hit. Unbelievable distance by Leonard Gallagher.
Another height
Now
differential. That guy
it's
can virtually get over to the bottom corner.
Gets another bite at the apple. He gets another bite at the apple. And this time, first champion of this televised pool tournament is John Ashcroft from Thirdsconer, Rotherham. And a worthy champion indeed. He beat the world champion, Ray Edmonds.
Look, he's on the telly. He's not even put his teeth in.
That man. What did old men look like in the 60s and the 70s? They all look like Murray Wilson. There he is. There he is.
The crowd here in Yorkshire are going wild.
The first real upset was in bar billiards when Taffy John, the 1972 champ, went out in the first round. His
Taffy John?
Is that okay, is it?
I wonder where Taffy John's from. What do you reckon? Taffy John!
victor, John Baker of Kent, went on to win the final against another
Oh, I used to love bar billiards. You ever
What
played
the
it?
hell? No.
Oh, you've got. I can't quite remember if you knock the things over, you're buggered. Basically, those things can knock over, and you've got to get the balls in different holes. I got a feeling either we used to have one. There was a pub near us that used to have old pub games, so maybe it was in there. I think we had one.
favourite, Peter Wells of Oxford.
30.
Pete Wells.
Have you got to hit the red
little he can
ball?
do,
Yeah.
but hopeful that kind of continuing
70.
sequence of scores.
What a game! You know what?
Sort of lazy snooker, isn't it?
You know, after this, I'm going to be looking on it.
Don't.
No, let me just look.
No.
Let me look. eBay.
Don't.
Oh, do you want to know? Hang on a minute. I'll tell you what I bought off eBay in a minute. Bar billiards.
Marsh says they had one in the 3 tons till 2002.
The 3 tons, was it? I never used to go to the 3 tons. It was a squaddy pub, and it would always kick off. Was this rumour? Can I tell you what I bought
Go on.
on eBay? And I've been thinking about it for a long, long time, and I bought it. And with postage, it was about £8, right? I'm going to mime it. Okay.
I can't really see you. You're tiny on my screens.
All right. I'll make. All right. Calm down.
Make yourself bigger still if you're going to do some mimes.
Okay. Right. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to do a mime. Okay. So.
Oh, a walkman or a discman.
Well, Discman.
Why? You don't work. You can't walk with them. They just judder.
No, they don't. No, because I'm going to put it in my car. The plan is to put it in my car, and I can listen to my Smile box set, my Monkeys box set, the stuff that isn't on streaming services.
Okay, this is making more sense now.
Isn't
Okay,
it?
I'll allow it.
It's not a bad idea, is it, matey boy?
No.
Is it, matey boy? It's not a bad idea.
So many CDs here, and I very rarely listen to them.
Well, I'm not even going to talk to you about.
Don't. Anyway, bar billiards.
Here we go.
45 seconds to pull back.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Decisions
it's the
have been made
British,
there.
the British Fonzie. You know he's 26 tops.
Yeah.
at least 400, and oh, he was lucky it went in, but it did go in, and that's conveniently placed over the 20 hole. He can keep on scoring with using the... Oh, he was unlucky. He was desperately unlucky. Scored. That could have been the final nail in Peter Wells' coffin. And he's left it, the balls.
No deodorant. Plenty of fags.
Yeah.
That is a pungent room.
That lot will have talked down if they were fancy.
Caterfer says, I had an amazing Technics this one that you could shake and it didn't skip. The Epic anti-skip made it drink batteries. Yeah, I think I had a really good one and it didn't skip.
Good stories.
Thanks, mate.
John Baker, for John Baker. So John Baker with the scent of 100 pounds in his nostrils.
That's not the scent we were referring to.
Which you will take back to Tunbridge Wells.
Scent of 1,000 cigarettes.
70.
This final isn't over yet, but this is a...
So you sort of keep getting the balls in. I wonder what happens if you get the red in.
Lead from John Baker.
People die.
And Pete Wells ruining the second half of this game.
Nothing happens, apparently.
No. There's that evil kid again.
Oh, I see.
190.
John Baker's confidence growing with every shot. Pretty slow starter, but he's a crushing finish.
Oh,
I thought he was going to do double bubble then.
Isn't it?
140.
Another 50 at the end of the break.
Hang on, 140. You got a 30 and a 20. And it went up to 290.
Don't
Kate
question
says,
process, lad. It's just a game.
to make you really jealous, I have a CD player built in my car. Yeah, you just don't.
What you drive in the 80s?
Yeah.
Trying to finish the game now. The bar is down. He'll try and finish the game by dropping it in the 200. He does it straight away. A great way to finish. The winner of the Bar Williams Indoor Games Tournament, John Baker of the Bristol Arms, Calvary Road, Tunbridge Wells.
Serious business.
In the table skittles, the Barnsley boys were up against the Swingers from Staffordshire. There was a pair of punters from the Potteries who made the final.
They've tried to make this, what's the word when they all begin with the same letters?
Alliteration?
Yeah, they've tried to do alliteration on a lot of these links, and it's
otherwise it's quite a boring program, isn't it?
Alliteration. I saw Dave Davis. You saw it as radio. I really hate alliteration on the radio. People think it's really clever to do it for like games and stuff on breakfast shows. Alliteration.
It makes things sound quite old-fashioned to me.
I think it's so lazy. It's the breakfast big brown bingo balls bonanza.
I would put that in a box and bury it along with rhyming in adverts.
Mark says, remember when you plugged the portable CD player into a cassette deck? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You'd have like a little fake
wire
cassette
dangling down.
Yeah. I have to do my Bluetooth in my car is rubbish. Like every 5 seconds it just drops. So I have to use the aux cord. However, the aux cable, the pin that goes into the thing got bent. And it now means that the inside is clearly bent. Because if I put a new one in, it doesn't connect. So I have to put the bent one in and twist it around. I hate it. Anyway, alliteration is...
I wonder whether that's what happened with, do you remember... Thanks very much, Rachel. Thanks a lot. Now my charger don't work with my iPad. I wonder whether that's why.
Yeah, could be.
John Shell and William Woolrich, and it was close.
So now,
here we go. Look at this. You've played this, right?
No.
Table Skittles? You never played Table Skittles?
No, we had a telly.
What a game. I bet your dad's played this. We used to have this, and you pull a cord and they'd all...
9 in 1. Let's see William Woolrich. There he goes. He has got 5 and an awkward...
What a game.
He needs 3. He must finish. But that still leaves his younger...
Ask your dad about Table Skittles. I go, Kath. Oh, you got me going
won't
there,
say
Kate.
Kath, that's for sure.
Oh, Kate, yes. I
I'll
remember your granddad was dead good at that. I bet that's the conversation you'll get.
My granddad Bert didn't drink, so he didn't go to the pub. Let's have a look. Let's see. That's why he smoked 80 tabs a day.
Well, now his younger opponent has got to get 9 in 3 balls. If he draws level...
That's, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Dogface.
We have
William Woolridge,
a
101. John Shell,
for the
92,
money.
needing 9.
If he gets 9 in 2 balls, which is very much on the cards, he wins it. So let's watch this. This is what it's all about. The final. John Shell, the youngest man in the competition.
It's got a swing, I think, around the outside. Yeah, it's got a swing around the outside.
Oh, look at that.
Got to get these 2 to win it. Let's see.
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't have to. Yes, it does. Yeah.
John Shelby.
Oh, look at how excited he gets. Look at him. He suddenly goes from being a grown-up to being 5. Watch.
Well, they did say he was the youngest man in the competition. Maybe he is 12.
We're 7 minutes into a 26-minute show and we're still recapping. We haven't moved on from the recap.
Look at the way it's going. What a terrific finish. What a terrific finish. It couldn't be closer. 100 quid in his back pocket.
100 quid in his back pocket.
And he's delighted. So what a very good loser.
Mike Nesmith there.
As well. A terrific final. The winner, the youngest man in the competition, John Shell, the winner of the Indoor League Skittles title, and 100 quid better off.
I hope he's got security to get him out, otherwise he's going to get jumped, isn't he?
That's what happened with you at the
bingo.
The bingo in Stevenage. You have to be escorted off the premises.
One a happy champion. In the shove halfpenny, 2 members of the Durham Mafia, Bryn Turner and Alan Brown.
Shove halfpenny.
The 72 champion.
Well, he said shiv halfpenny. I hope it's not going to take a nasty turn.
Prize that won the day.
Tremendous needle match here between these two players. Both friends, of course. Both play for the same team, the same pub.
This is what they did before they invented Tetris and that, isn't it?
Bryn Turner is looking for his first ever win over Alan Brown and to carry off £100 into the bargain.
I can't remember what the rules are.
Certainly the cards look stacked in Bryn Turner's favour at the moment. But he'll have to be... He pulled the coin back there, put a bit of spin on it and brought that bottom coin, brought it back. But he's got...
I don't really know. I don't know what's going on here. I thought I knew shove halfpenny. I think you've got to get it in the column completely clean.
That's it. One in the top. An incredibly lucky shot there, but Bryn Turner's tactics seem to be playing off. And that looks it.
Yep, that looks it.
Close look. Yeah, but only one. That's it. Absolutely fantastic.
Well done, whatever that was.
Off the game to become the current Indoor League champion, his first ever win over Alan Brown, the reigning champion, and he finishes it in a dazzling 3-point finish.
When John Crowpatch and Frank Bulkett won the 1972 Table Football Championship, we thought we'd found the best in the world. That is until Speedy Campbell and Berries Hall of London breezed in. They trailed 3-0.
I don't know how much more of this I can watch. It's shit games and filmed in a smoky room.
To the reigning champs in the final, and then they struck gold.
Look at this athleticism.
There they are, looking worried for the first time in this tournament. They've sailed through the opening round. Now in the front line, Speedy Campbell. Now can he do it? 1 in 1. Yes, he does it. 3-1. So Speedy Campbell.
Speedy Campbell.
Back in business, his first shot.
They're doing it in slow motion, Catherine!
John Crowpatch has got 3 in 3. Now Speedy Campbell 1 in 1. A great exhibition.
He's so speedy, otherwise it'd just be a blur, wouldn't it? The steam coming off it.
So 3-1, and this final really living up to expectations. The London pair make it 3-2.
Hey, how come they're bouncing it in the middle? I thought you had to slide it in the hole at the side.
The light jerseys, Yorkshire.
I don't think they'd invented. I genuinely don't think they'd invented that technology of the hole.
The hole in the side.
Speedy Campbell is brilliant.
Supporters 3-3, 6 goals. We haven't had 6 goals as quick as this in any other game of the tournament. So after 3
no
goals,
one's doing the technique of just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning.
Moving up now, Frank Bulkett in
illegal,
defence
isn't
as
it?
that failed to find Speedy Campbell in front.
Whoa!
On the back by Bulkett. Very small at the back. He tries a hammer one. Good defence. Both defencemen hitting it hard. Trying to get it up to the front men now. Both these front men.
Jesus, this is insane.
Both 3 goals in 3 shots. That's
It's making our domino commentary looking slightly less mad, isn't it?
Oh, that was good, that, wasn't it? That was, I forgot about that. We were
Big
funny
dominoes.
Very small trying to get it
We have
away.
our moments, you know.
We used to do that on Talk Radio, commentate on dominoes.
Needs cooling down a bit. Now it's John Kropatz. Can he make it 4 in 4? Moving rather more quickly than usual, just rolling the ball about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, waiting for Beres Hall's defencemen to move out.
He blew it.
But they don't. Beres Hall gets it. Beres Hall pushing it up to Speedy Campbell. Now Speedy Campbell 3 in 3. Strikes terror in the heart.
What are we doing with our lives?
So after being 3 down, this is how Speedy Campbell makes it 4-3 for the London pair. Just a gentle...
James says, still to come, Tiddlywinks, Bash the Rat, and the semi-final of Who Can We the Highest. So if someone pays us 25 quid, we'll stop watching this. There we go, how about that?
4-3 for the London pair. You can tell which of the London
Look at her face. That is exactly it.
Yeah.
What a comeback by London. This could well be 5 because Speedy Campbell is missing them. At the moment, Frank Bowkett with relief. So it's not only 5.
Speedy Campbell is absolutely insane. What a mover. Donate 25 quid and we'll stop watching this. Put the donate link in the chat.
This can all end. It's down to you.
Yes, this is your responsibility.
Nerve-wracking moment for Rotherham and for Yorkshire, for Frank Bowkett.
I don't think Rotherham or Yorkshire give a shit, to be honest. Just 4 blokes.
And Frank Bowkett's a great defender.
It's just 4 blokes. You're right. The female contingent has not been very well represented.
I wonder why. Hey, love, do you want to come and be on telly? What is it? Is it Price is Right or something? No, it's this bollocks. No, thanks. That's all right. I'll stay at home.
It's bollocks.
John Kropatz got 3.
Have a nice time. Don't hurry back.
But hasn't had a look at the goal since.
Speedy Campbell.
Speedy Campbell, is this the winner? Every time he gets up in that front line, Speedy Campbell is setting himself up for the winner and £150 and new title holders of the indoor league. But it isn't in the net yet. It's 5 years. It is. It's there. The London player.
Yes, lads.
And £150.
Yes, lads. Speedy Campbell and Beres Hall.
Beres
I
Hall.
love it. It could guys, if you could find either of those blokes on Twitter, let us know. Let's see if you can find. This is your homework. Find Speedy Campbell or Beres Hall, and yeah, well, we will tell them we are celebrating their victory.
What a pair. Time for a breather now. Back in just a couple of ticks with darts. I'll sit it.
I mean, no one's having a breather in that hole. Flipping it.
This is really psychedelic.
Sucking
the
on an
graphics.
exhaust pipe. And then look at that. What's happening there? It's a bald man.
That's
intently
table
at a
football. Look.
Yeah, gosh. Wow. Fancy choosing that.
Liam says, a few old mates set up a Friday night sporting challenge where we'd compete at sports we had no experience of. Week 1, speed skating. Week 2, indoor skittles. Week 3, high diving. And it stopped there due to a Viagra incident.
Okay.
Thank you, Liam.
Okay.
Sula, thank you very much for subbing with your Prime there.
Oh, now, I mean, to be fair, they are in a cloud of smoke, I think, there. I thought it was clouds, but it's a cloud of smoke, isn't it?
Hey up. There's a lot of good darts players in Britain. We brought 16 of the best to compete on a treble board. They included the reigning News of the World champion and a dozen internationals. In the final was Alan Evans of Wales and Tommy O'Regan, a former Irish jockey, now living in London. We make no excuse for showing the whole match again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, because they've got now else to show you.
What I mean, we'll skip forward. So this is literally just like the greatest hits.
Yeah, and then a darts match because they had naught else.
We're going to finish with another look at a little lady called Loveday King.
Mr. Dave Dogface says there is a Speedy Campbell on Twitter, but he's never posted. Avatar is the football table.
Wow. Okay.
Berry Hall comes up with Halle Berry. Okay, all right, well.
She came all the way from Cornwall.
Oh,
and
let's watch this little lady.
In the final, she met a cool customer called Jessie Catrick of Middlesbrough. Loveday broke the ice to win the first game. Now we pick the match up with the second game just starting.
Ladies darts. My nan, Nanny Jennings, used to love a game of darts. Love it.
11.
Well, now Mrs. King can really come back into this one with a big score and really start to dominate this leg herself now. She really gets a big
41.
score. 41, that's not really big enough. So there's absolutely nothing in this one at all at the moment. She wants 101, and she can get out here in 3 darts with some good ones. That looks to me like a 7, or is it a 19? Very close. I can't see. She wants another even number.
87 scored.
87 scored.
Jesus Christ.
10 scored. And the player
64 for Mrs. Loveday King for 150 quid. She's got 116. She needs
How
another
come they
one now.
getting
She's
Mrs.?
missed it.
Because it's respectful, mate. It's treated like ladies.
Little lady and Mrs.
Player requires 4.
Now she wants 2-2s. Mrs. Kendrick, she's missed it. And really, now Mrs. Loveday King, who's
Having to finish on a double ruins darts.
needs 2 11s to win the prize.
Ruins it because it's impossible.
There she is, the pin-up of the public bars.
The pin-up of the public bars!
Come on now. Come on now.
The pin-up of the public
Public
bars.
I wonder if she was allowed in the public bar, actually, or she had to stay in the saloon, as discussed last week.
Yeah.
Clubland and Clubland, the indoor league.
I like this guy. He looks quite modern.
Yes.
He looks quite modern.
Ladies champion with 100.
Whereas she
She
does
does.
not. That's a look, isn't it? That is a
What I
real
find
look.
fascinating, though, is that old ladies still wear those outfits. They're the outfits they wore when they're about my age.
I would say she's probably younger than you.
Yeah, she's
this
probably
woman.
about.
She's
I
not
reckon
old.
She's 36.
Yeah.
But what I mean is that she'll be wearing the same get up now.
Jeff says, ducking out, early start, no one tell who wins Buckaroo as I'll watch back in the morning. See you later, Jeff. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Classic, and really looking so pleased with herself.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Loveday King, who came along and showed them all the way home at Ladies' Darts.
He's doing that thing, that app, where he's not looking at the camera, but then his eyes move to look at the camera. Look.
Looking so pleased with herself.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And
Mrs.
turn.
Loveday King, who came along and showed them all the way home
Now.
at Ladies' Darts.
What is going...
He's not putting his pipe down, is he?
What the... Get rid of the words. I want to see what's going on here.
Oh, he's got assistants.
Well, this is a look. She's wearing Gene Simmons boots. This is an amazing... What? What's just happened?
But I'm a bit of glamour at sports. Otherwise, it's just a load of bloke in the pub, isn't it?
I don't know what's going on. It's gone all weird and sexy.
Now you won it by doing them in the final. What do you feel like?
Great.
Have you won anything else before?
In Cornwall, 2 competitions, and I've just reached the last 8 of England.
Well, now, I must ask you something. Where did you get this name, Loveday? I've never heard it in my life, wherever I've travelled in the world.
I think my mum sort of ran out of names when she got to me, and she just sort of...
Why, how many children was there?
Oh, there's 9 of us, 7 sisters, 2 brothers.
It was Love Week.
Must be pretty...
One more time, Catherine, just to give us that gag. One more time.
It was Love Week.
There we go.
Proud of what you've done here, aren't
Yes, it is.
Congratulations. Where's your check, love?
She says, "Oh, Loveday King." I thought she said love making.
I cannot get over this completely incongruous look.
There's no need for this.
I thought the lady in the dungarees was a surprise. That was glamour enough, and then suddenly there's this.
Right. So what we want is we want a billiard table, we want shove halfpenny, we want bar billiards, and we want a couple of models for tent. Couple of models. No, it don't matter what they're wearing. Just tell them to come as they are.
Isn't she sweet? Whoever...
She's a grown woman.
Isn't she sweet?
Grown woman.
said a woman's place was in the kitchen should have been here with Loveday King, and he'd soon have volunteered to do the washing up. It's about time we were...
No one said it apart from you, Fred. It's it.
Dave says, we want Grace Jones in Slade's cast-off boots. You got it.
Drying up, we'll leave you with a look at all our champions together. 10 super sports stars in their own right. I'll sit there.
And a couple of birds.
We're going to get a close-up of this one. Look. Go away.
Look at that little treat there for Dad's at the end.
Oh my God, look.
There's all the winners and the models. Are the models going to get mentioned? No, we don't need to know what their names are.
Sid Waddell. Who was he?
He was the one that used to commentate on the snooker.
There we go. There we go.
Didn't he go to wasn't he like an Oxford type?
Could be, yeah. Could be that. Could be that.
If you enjoyed that, we'll be back with the next program.
I used to like Sid Waddell. He used to make me laugh.
If you were one of the stars in those days, or knew them, let's hear from you. What happened? Here's the email address to get to us.
What?
Well, someone's trying to find Speedy fella.
This looks like Stephen Page there. I can't. If I hover over it, this guy here has got a touch of the Stephen Pages about him.
Oh yeah.
Get the chance.
Don't worry, we're not going to watch
race day
another one.
tickets.
I just want to see this guy. Don't worry, we're not going to watch.
Sid Waddell darts, of course. Apologies for that.
And wrote Jossie's Giants.
But he used to come out with some cracking things. It was something like Alexander the Great was, I don't know, 26 when he took over the world. This fella, it was like, what's his name? I'm mashing this, but it was
You're what?
Eric
You're
Bristow's
this?
only 25.
Look at that concentration.
Look at that.
Everything about that is majestic, right?
Yeah.
Everything about that dude is majestic. What a strange, and I'm going to say it, awful program that was.
Well, it was of its time, wasn't it? Which is what we say about all awful things.
Yeah, very much of its time.
Pretending that none of it happens now.
Everybody, this is Pledge Week. It's lovely to have you on board. I'm Ian Lee. I stole some strawberries in the jungle. This is Catherine Boyle. She is an award-winning producer and journalist.
No one's done me for theft yet.
And we, radio shows, television shows, online shows, we've done them all. This is Pledge Week. We do 2 shows a week, 2 shows a month, that are free for you to watch, and you are watching it now. Yeah, I must upload this to YouTube straight after. And we do 2 shows a week, generally, that are behind a paywall. We stream them on YouTube. And if you want access to those shows as they go out, please consider signing up to our Patreon, patreon.com/Ian and Catherine, patreon.com/IAIN and Catherine with a K. For the price of a couple of coffees a month, you get to watch 2 shows a week. You also get them sent to your telephone or your podcast receiving device by getting the RSS feed. And you get access to about 350 old shows to watch and 350 old shows to listen to. So even if you sign up for a month and just cane as many of the podcasts as you can and then go, you're still helping us out. This is our job. So Pledge Week, we urge you, instead of, you can sub to us on Twitch. It's a different thing. Only do it if you've got Amazon Prime. Don't waste your money. If you're thinking of paying to sub here, no. Go and sign up to our Patreon. That is the best value for money. And we deliver a whole lot more. Illogical Hell, how could you not enjoy the Indoor League? Was it too lowbrow for you? We deliver way more than any other Patreons that I've managed to find. I'm sure there are some that do more than us.
We spoil you rotten, to be honest.
We do spoil you rotten. And we had a few people leave saying we were giving them too much, which that was weird. I don't read the exit surveys anymore because I found it very peculiar. So you can. There are 3 ways you can help us out. Let me go through those. If you're watching now, you've got Amazon Prime. Link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch and sub to us for free. That's subbing to the Twitch, which is different from the Patreon. Go and have a look at patreon.com/Ian and Catherine, IAIN, and Catherine with a K, and look at subscribing to a tier there. Or you can also donate to us. It's Pledge Week, guys. It's Pledge Week. If you're in the chat now, there's the link for you. Click on that link and you can donate a few quid. Come on, that 106.66, that's got to be making you uncomfortable, right? It's making me uncomfortable. At least get it up to 110. If you're listening to the podcast, you can donate at paypal.me PayPal.me/Ian Lee. PayPal.me/IAINLEE. The money gets split 50-50 between myself and that young lady over there.
Hi.
Miss
This
Catherine
little
Boyle.
lady.
Is the lady, the
Hey,
little lady.
Apologies to Dave Dogface Boy, all darts fans, and the memory of the late great Sid Waddell. I completely muffed that up. It was Alexander the Great wept salt tears at 40 when he knew there were no new worlds to conquer. Eric Bristow is 28. Mwah, beautiful. I hate the darts, but I used to love it for that.
I used to love the darts. I'm surprised I've never been to because it used to be Ali Pali. I used to live just around the
Have you
corner.
never been to the Rowdy Darts?
No, I'd be up for that.
Remember when Justin Dealey went with his mates and they all dressed up as toy soldiers, like
No, I don't
green
remember
plastic
that.
ones? It was brilliant. They had like their feet on
Oh, I've seen the picture
boards.
of that. Why did they go to the darts dressed up like that?
Because everyone dresses up. I think he's done Oompa Loompa as well, hasn't he?
You're probably not supposed to do that anymore.
No. My ex on his stag went and he was dressed as a rabbit, and everyone
Don't say blackface.
No, everyone else was dressed as scientists, and he was a rabbit.
Oh, they were doing experiments on him.
Yeah.
Up his bum.
I don't ask.
Tomorrow's show is a phone-in, by the way. Take stock of the telephone number 0203 286 6370. 0203 286 6370. It's a phone-in. You can phone in and chat.
You phone in. You phone in.
You can phone in and have a little chat. I've got a bit of a headache. Oh, did you hear that?
Yes, I did. That's disgusting. What is the matter? Why is your face so loose?
I've got a bit of a headache, mate. Can I go and get a little bit of food?
Well, I was going to order a pizza.
Oh, I'm never getting Domino's again.
Why? I'd say you put me off, but I'm in the Domino's mood.
First of all, I tipped the guy a tenner because he's been. I said, look, if I tip you via the app, do you get it? He said, I said, all right, here's a tenner, and he was blown away. But we had Domino's last night.
Unsatisfactory.
We had it Tuesday. The pizzas are significantly smaller,
Right.
and they taste completely different.
Right.
It was really unsatisfying and actually wasn't very nice at all. Smaller, they're using a different cheese and tomato base. Everything was different. It was horrible.
You didn't order like vegan by accident or something?
No. So I am...
You're off them.
Yeah, I'm not getting... Sofa Bum says, blame Liam. Yeah, will do. Matty says, random, but today I listened to the old show where the angry man said Ian's name was spelt wrong. Yeah, I'm never getting a Domino. I'm done with Domino's. It was really... I've been looking forward to it for a few weeks. Really unsatisfying. Didn't hit
I'll
any
report
spot.
back, because it's going to happen.
Can I get a little bit of food?
Yeah. What time are we on till tonight? 10?
Well, we're nearly done.
If I order
finish now, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just wondering when to order.
A Up Ducks has tipped... Oh, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I'm going to. They've tipped £3.35.
Matty by the Sea, I don't live in London. We've got one pizza place.
But it's now taken us to £110.01.
Oh, now.
Mate,
kind, and yet you've caused
Cruel.
us some problems.
Kind but cruel. EDT says, only ordered Domino's once, came about an hour late, cold and was fine. I used to like them, very salty, but honestly, this one this week, it was, and they are really expensive now, and you pay for delivery. I'm not having it. I won't be having that again. Vince says, I use a local takeaway. I opt for the single joke offer. I don't know what that means. Up Duck says, I didn't mean to do it. Well, you did it. You did it. Oh, no, Up Duck says, I did mean to do that. What? What kind of warped human are you?
What's happening? Why are you like this?
Dave says, I thank the sound guy at the gig I went to other night because the sound was tip-top. He was chuffed. Said people only say something if they think it's Spin Pony.
True.
Pastor Sprinkle, I'm not going to read that out because I'm better than that. Catherine's better than that. I would like to think you're better than that.
I don't think you are.
I don't think you are, but I would like to think that you are. Will not be reading that out. Domino's gluten-free pizza. You have to be careful not to drop it on your toes. Okay.
Do
We
you
get our
mean it's heavy?
We get our pizzas from a man with a wood-fired oven in the back.
Well, good for you.
Dave said,
We have very limited choice here.
yeah, I don't... oh, hang on. Up Ducks tip 199. You're back in our good books. We're at 112. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We Uber Eats and Deliveroo and what's it the other one called? Eat Up. What's it called?
Just Eat.
Just Eat. They don't.
Eat Up though. That's the one we're launching.
Yeah, they don't come to mine. They don't come to mine. There's like a kebab place that will deliver, and there's Domino's. And there's a Chinese. Oh, actually, Coco Tamarind, the curry house does. They're really good.
Oh, they're nice.
I have to be careful because I could eat those every week. Chicken patia. I'll have some of that. Very, very tasty. Very delicious. I don't know. Maybe we're done for tonight. Has anybody got anything else you want to say?
Don't stop on my account just because I'm rumbling.
Well, then let me get some food.
Get it then. Why are you still talking about it? Flipping heck. I'm just gonna sort this edit out. Hang on. Honestly, what have you had for your teas? You had anything nice? Phantom Flanflinger, not telling my pizza joke. It's too cheesy. Sneaky. What's he getting? The scrapings of the pan he's having for his tea. Did anyone else have a mum who, if you asked her asking her what was for tea was like throwing a grenade in, right? With my mum. And it would be like, I'd say to my mum, what's for tea? And she'd say, 3 jumps of the cupboard door and a bite of the knob. And that was the polite one. Sometimes you'd say, what's for tea? And she'd say, shit with sugar on. Or horse muck and hay. Shit with sugar on meant you're pushing it now because I'm not going to discuss this with you. I get it now. I don't tell my kids what I'm making for tea because often they'll say, oh, I don't like that. And they do like that. It's just different. Yeah, you would have to ask in code. I also I think my mum saw it as me kind of chivying her on. Oh, Kath picked up Della Soul 3 for high and rising today. You dig? I do dig. That sounds great. Shit with sugar on was a staple in the north. Exactly. I mean, God, what we wouldn't have done for some sugar on it. I had a good calzone, says Andy, who's obviously posh. Fish and chips. Fish and chips. Oh, I haven't had fish and chips for ages. What you got? It sounded like the scrapings off your pan.
It was the scrapings of the pan. It's the beef stroganoff leftovers. Do you know much of the beef? Hey, Coin Gary, 18 quid. It's taken up to 130. Thank you, Coin Gary.
Do you know I had my do you know what I had my ring light propped up on earlier on, Coin Gary, when it was working at its optimum?
That beautiful game that you made us, she's using it as a shelf.
It's just the right height. I use it for games as well, but it's a multi-purpose object.
How's the family doing, Gary? I feel like we haven't seen you for ages. Were you at the Christmas show, I think?
Yes.
How's your lovely family doing? You've always been so kind to us. Yes, it's the scrapings from the beef stroganoff. Do you know how much of the beef I got?
None.
The boys had it all.
It's never enough in there.
Just got the mushrooms. Well, it's a steak, isn't it? You're cutting a steak up, which doesn't seem like a lot of meat.
No, you've got to cut it fine, but even so, they always hog it.
Oh, it was good.
You see, sods.
The boys said, actually, could you next time if you do it, could you maybe cook the steak a little less? I was like, oh, okay.
Cheeky.
But they liked it. It's nice. It was nice. I'm trying to cook a bit more, but it's a struggle.
There's some forethought required, isn't there? And I manage maybe once or twice a week, and that's pretty good.
Dave's reminded me. So we went to the Works in High Wycombe.
Yes.
A favourite hot dog place. Thank you, Mods, for buying us a little card. Well, not little, it's quite a significant card. I had a hot cross bun milkshake. And it tasted like hot cross buns. It was nuts. It wasn't actually that nice, if I'm honest. But it tasted like hot cross buns.
Oh.
Oh, is this beef? Is this beef? Is this beef? I got a bit of beef.
Well done. I think you might be winning.
Hello, Trig.
Cross bun.
Hot cross bun. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross bun.
What's the next verse?
3 a penny, 4 a penny.
No, it's something like, if you've got a something, do a do. If you've got a thingy, you can do that too. Or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
Does anyone know the second verse of Hot Cross
Hot
Buns?
cross buns.
Dave says, "Oh, I must go to the works." Oh, mate, you've got to go.
So good.
The milkshakes are incredible. I don't even get the fancy big Cookie Monster. I just get a nice little milk bottle of milkshake. The hot dogs are out of this world. It's good. They make all their own ice cream. Imagine.
Oh, you're making me hungry now. Stop it!
I'm doing mukbang ASMR. Hang on. Here we go.
Mukbang. Oh, I don't like that noise. I don't like that noise. You know, on the Clinton podcast, when Barry does his ASMR, that makes me feel sick.
Oh, I don't listen to that.
He's so licky.
I skip through that. No, actually, I find that offensive.
Yeah, I find it offensive. Ew, no thanks.
Every time you mention the works, I assume you mean that shop that flogs stacks of unsold Piers Morgan books. Yeah, that weird bookshop.
Yeah, that's the works. So it's not that one.
That's
no.
weird, isn't it? That shop.
This is
you
the
go
hot dog
in there,
works.
think, oh, I'll get some bargains, but they're all like really crap atlases and things. Yeah. Hot cross buns. Give them to your daughters. Give them to your sons. 1 a penny, 2 a penny. Hot cross buns.
Are you saying Benny?
Huh? 1 a penny, 2 a penny. Penny. It's basically steak cooked in cream and sugar.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, mate.
Dirty bastard.
Yes.
Oh, I'm feeling good, baby.
You better for that now.
I keep thinking I want to stream me playing video games. I keep thinking that'll be nice.
What do you want to play?
Sorry?
What do you want to play, though?
Elite
All right.
on the BBC. I keep thinking, I want to play, because that could be quite a nice series. There is that thing. Dave says Mike Fenton Stevens just retweeted me, a famous. There is that desire, and I'm holding it back at the moment because I want to see what it feels like to not necessarily act on it. Although we've got some ideas to create something or to show off or to do something. That there is that desire.
Yeah.
There, and I know we've got a couple of plans, but there is still that thing. Although it's significantly diminished, that feeling of, oh, I have to share this with everyone.
Yeah. I think what we're planning is for a limited audience, necessarily.
Oh, yeah. There's you.
Although no one isn't, is it? Well, kind of.
Just
but
one
I don't mind
series.
that. I don't feel like we're. I don't feel like we're.
Stop the clock. Bowler Hat just tipped £70.
What? Why?
Round it up. Cool for cats. No, you don't. You don't go why, because then they might go, oh, no refunds.
Must be a mistake. Thank you. That's very kind. That's really kind.
Bowler Hat. Thank you, Catherine. Sing them a song. It's the least you can do.
All right.
Here we
Let's
go.
sing a song about hats. Where did you get that bowler hat? Why did you get that tile? Isn't it a knobby one and just the proper style? I should like to have one just the same as that. Wherever I go, they shout, hello, where did you get that bowler hat?
Jenna's just
Thank you.
tipped. Thank you, Bowler Hat. And Bowler Hat's gone, why not?
Wow.
Thank you. Jenna's tipped £20. Thank you. It's wine o'clock, Catherine. This is what we need to do. Jenna is my queen, and she knows that. Jenna, catch up, please. I'm on episode 24 of Married at First Sight, and I'm probably going to go in bed and watch Dragon's Den with the boys. Then when they fall asleep, I'll do another 3. So please catch up, because I would like to talk to you about it. Thank you very much indeed. And Bowler Hat, thank you. Rob says you can play the original Elite in a web browser. Can you? Because I've got a BBC emulator. I've got a BBC with a hard drive. I've got a BBC with a hard drive.
Oh.
I've got a BBC emulator on this computer. That one you've sent me, could I save my progress? The Phantom Flamflinger says, I'm not sure watching Elite would be entertaining enough.
Oh.
Maybe an 80s game where you had to waggle your joystick until it nearly broke. Not a euphemism. I disagree. I think Elite would be fascinating to watch. Jimbo's just subbed with Prime. Thank you.
Thank you.
Booyakasha.
He's also reminding you that he's here while you're chatting his wife up.
What's he gonna do about it? What if I gave you $1 million, Jimbo?
Decent proposal.
What if I gave
That's
you
a terrible film, isn't
What
it?
if I gave you 1 million pesetas? Jenna says, we just watched tonight's. My opinion of Dan has not changed. Which one's Dan? I'm struggling with the names.
Oh, Dan.
Dan is...
Okay. Dan seemed
I know
nice
Dan.
up to my point.
He's a piece of trash. We now enjoy Naked, Alone and Trying to Get Home.
Oh, that. They've done another series of it.
Well,
Despite the fact that one we watched did not work at all.
That one was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Have
And
you
they
got-
weren't naked, were they? When they went into town, they were allowed to wrap up.
Yeah. Have you got Chucky Egg? That was a BBC classic. Yeah, I've got all of the games. But hang on a minute. Daily right. Stop. Everyone, stop talking. Oh, so this is Elite. Hang on a minute. Let me just share the screen so that the lady can do it as well.
Hey,
Sorry,
in Fred Truman, pack that in.
I was going to say Fred West for a second. I thought that's a bit harsh. Okay, but where's this? I mean, yeah. Well, it doesn't work. Oh, we go. Exit. Oh my God. But I suppose can you save? I can't remember. Start a live. All right. Okay. I want to go to there.
For the benefit of the podcast, he's twiddling about with his emulator.
I don't know how. I haven't got this. You need the strip that goes across the function keys. You can buy slaves. I always used to buy slaves and narcotics. All right, let's come out of here. How do we come out? Right. Well, this is bullshit. This is actual bullshit. Exit. Equipment. But how do I come out of the spaceship? No, I don't. No one knows what the keys are. Okay, well that's not doing what I want it to do. So
Okay. Your front pulse laser is what you have equipment wise.
It's a nice little. It's a nice little thing now. Okay, well, this doesn't work as well as I would hope it would do. So,
Yeah, maths Oz is a little chat going on in the chat here. Dan has kind of suddenly thrown a spanner in the works on the one I'm watching. All of a sudden, suggested he's not quite as into things as he may have appeared in the previously. So, no spoilers, but I think I'm about to uncover a dirty rat.
you guys haven't even met Taylor yet.
Yes, I have.
Tayla.
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've just had the first dinner party where Taylor and Rupert and Hugo. Oh no, she's Taylor and Hugo, isn't it?
Has the butt? No, that hasn't happened yet.
The what? The butt.
The butt dial, that hasn't happened yet.
No. I don't think I'm going to be doing any marking tonight. I'll do it tomorrow morning. It'd be fine. I've got it. It'd probably be best with a fresher head.
Rubbish Gamer says the butt dial is on now. What was I did send you a quote.
Yes, you did. Was that what that was?
What was the quote?
It was
Without
something
saying the
involving
word.
C-bomb. It was.
It's a great quote.
My previous boyfriends were dickheads.
All my previous boyfriends have been dickheads, but at least when they called me a C, they did it to my face. That's a great quote.
Wow, imagine that being a plus.
Alistair!
Alistair.
Alistair, got something for you? Come on. Come on. Come and catch it. Come and catch it.
Is that for
Come and
Alistair
catch
or
it.
Jeannie?
Come and catch it. Come and catch it. Ah, you missed it! Oh, Pat, you want to play? No, you don't want to play. You're not eating that, my little darling, my little heart, my little sweetheart. We are coming towards the end of the show. We'll find someone to raid.
Yeah, let's find someone nice.
Let's find an arsehole. Let's find
easier
an
on this
actual
platform, isn't it?
fascist, racist a-hole. That's what we're going to find. I feel like I've not seen you for ages. When was the last time we had physical
Proximity.
contact?
Last Friday.
Oh, was it?
Uh-huh.
What did we do last Friday? Did you come
This.
here?
Yes.
All the girls.
The girls were
here.
over.
And Kim was here. They were playing Jackbox.
Jackbox party.
Jackbox party, mate. Jackbox party. Yeah. Jackbox party.
I like how well they get on together.
It's amazing, isn't it? Really, there's no reason they should, but they do. When I say, quite often when they're coming over on a Friday, boys say the girls coming tonight. Yeah, and you get this. Yes.
Well, they weren't due to come over on last Friday, were they? Because they usually go to their dad's, but because it was Kim's request.
Yeah, it's weird because there's absolutely no. They get on as well as we get on. You know, we're best friends. I'm not saying they're necessarily best friends, but the noise of laughter and shouting at each other is a joy. You sometimes you can pick it up on the microphone, but quite often you can't. But we can hear it.
Yeah,
it's just a joy, right?
Yeah,
that stuff is magic.
It's great. We're a nice little posse.
Yeah, a good little family, good little unit we got there, and we will take any of you suckers on. I'm feeling energised now. I've had my I'm feeling energised and also slightly nauseated by my cold beef stroganoff.
Okay, well, that's good and also bad.
What you doing? What you doing for Easter? For Jesus?
Well, my parents are away. I've had a load of eggs dropped off, so we'll have chocolate for breakfast. That's for sure.
Beautiful.
The girls are at their dad's on Sunday though, so I'll have chocolate for breakfast. They may get some eggs. No, I'm sure the Easter Bunny will deliver to dad's as well. So yeah, nothing massively special. Just chilling. I've got this marking to do. I'm thinking if I can get it done tomorrow, then it's out of the way for the weekend. I don't
you get
need
paid
to get
extra
it done
for
by
marking,
then.
or is that?
No, but they've I think it's part of the job. So on this occasion, I will do it and not ask for anything else.
I am working on bank because we've got a tranche of about 4 bank holidays coming up in very, very close succession. Thanks a lot, King Charles. And so I'm working this Monday, and I'm working this Monday and another one, and then I've got a week off. First week of June, last week of May, first week of June. And there's one where I've given them an option to see me later on in the week. So I've got some clients on Monday. Hello, darling.
Probably we're already into April. It's mad, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I've been looking at my diary, and I'm booking people in for the last week of April. It's crazy. I'm really enjoying being a self-employed. I'm legally allowed to use the term psychotherapist.
Good.
I'm loving it.
Good.
I'm loving it. I had today's the first day I've been doing it when the kids have been in the house. So I go down to the shed where there's Wi-Fi and there's a computer, and I do it in there, and the boys know don't come and knock unless the house is on fire. And it's the first time I've done it when the kids have been here. And I came out, and Alex said to me, "Do you feel sad after working?" I said, "You know what? That's a really good question." And I said, "Sometimes I do. But actually, more often than not, I feel a sense of pride. I feel a sense of pride in what I'm doing, and I feel a sense of pride in the work that the person I'm working with is doing."
Yeah.
And it was I thought, what a great question to ask about the impact it has on me. I thought it was a really insightful question, and it was good because it allowed me to think, actually, at this precise moment in time, I feel proud.
Good.
I feel proud.
You're helping. You're putting something positive into the world.
And I'm seeing people being deliberately vague. Some of whom are at their lowest, really, really working hard to change how they feel and how they interact and stuff. And it's it's real, man.
Yeah.
She's doing that thing where she bites the end of the microphone. Listen. This is her. Hang on.
I think we know why my microphone was so loose up until recently.
Michael says, that's helpful to know. I wonder what therapists think after sessions. Many, many different things. Which is why we have a supervisor, because we can go to a supervisor and say, I'm feeling this. It hasn't happened yet, but it's very common for there to be a sexual attraction. That hasn't happened for me, both ways. Therapist, and when that happens, that's one of the things you go, shit, I shouldn't mention that. Actually, that's the thing you should take to the supervisor and say, something's going on here. This hasn't happened to me at all. But something's going on, and I think I fancy this person, or I'm treating this person differently because of this, and this, and then you look at that. But it's a whole heap of things that I feel, Michael, at the end of the session or at the end of the day. It's a long old day today, and I felt the last client. I felt relief. I thought, right, okay, I can switch off for a little bit. I can have a cup of coffee. I can watch some Murder Fest, and I can switch off a little bit. So it's all kind of things. But yeah, today the overwhelming feeling has been pride. Who's that? Don't drink that, dickhead.
I'm waiting for a delivery, so I've got my ears out.
Have you ordered the Domino's?
Of course I bloody have.
Oh, right, in that case.
Despite everyone's protestations. No, but that's great. And I think that the whole the safety net of having that supervisor there who has done the job, who knows exactly what you're going through, he's unshockable, and also is the voice of someone impartial, who's looking out for you. It's great.
It's a wonderful tool. It's a wonderful tool. And the woman I see is she's so good. I'm so lucky to have found her. We missed a couple of donos. Chef Paul III. Has been flagged up by the algorithm as a potential ban evader. I don't know why. That says that Chef Paul III has tipped £5. Thank you. And Super Saint 76, a regular face on the scene, has tipped £20. It's pledge week, everybody, and you are rising to the challenge. We're going to go and rate someone.
It makes a difference, and it's really appreciated.
It does. It really, really does. I've got to hold this, have I, Pats? Because you won't let me put it down. All right, let's find a raid.
Creamy goodness.
Why have you got to ruin everything with
I'm
filth?
not being rude.
You are, actually.
I'm not.
You are. All right, we're going to go and find someone to raid. We are back tomorrow night at 7, another free show, and it'll be a phone-in tomorrow.
It will, so phone in.
It'll be a phone-in tomorrow. I'm just trying to find... Who's this?
Aye, they're good, aye.
I think you can get one of them for your PS5 as well.
There's a guy called Jack Deeney,
by the way. Hello.
Who's doing Just Chat. They've got 15 viewers.
Let's have it. Go in and be nice to them, please.
Yeah, let's do that. We don't. It's one of the things I miss is the
little love bombs.
The little love bombs. I remember we used to do that on TalkRadio.
It was a really nice thing to do.
Periscope, wasn't that? On that awful radio station where hatred is the fuel, and we do those lovely little love bomb things. If I move you here, does that change? Yeah.
Didn't he dox yourself?
Sorry?
That's what it says on his sign. Didn't he dox yourself?
Didn't he dox yourself? All right, let's go and do a little raid here. Be nice. Say nice things. You are ambassador. Remember that who was that guy who had, every time we did a raid?
I don't want to mention his name. He was obsessed.
Well, I can't go on. What was I can't remember his name. That was
like Edgar something, wasn't it?
Oh, Edgar. Oh, Jesus. These people.
Winterson.
These people. Oh, Edgar Wright's the director. These people we pick up along the way. These sad, lonely individuals. We seem to have lost them all, which is great. And we've got wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for your message the other day. No names, no pack drill. We're off. We will see you tomorrow at 7. Go and be nice to Jack and Cannibal Kate. And thank you very much for your support.
Good night,
Ciao,
see you then.
I'm the same. I'm bad for that with like shopping.
I know,
If I
spam actually hates me every